Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest. Mr. Maurio McCoy is with us.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great. Honored to be here. How you guys doing?
Dude, it's an honor to have you here,
Definitely.
dude.
Thank you.
Mario. That's the let's just start
Mario.
off with that, okay?
Is that it?
It's Mario.
That's
Okay.
it.
Mario. It's straight Italian.
Straight
There
Italian.
we go.
Italian name.
Yeah, it was pretty much like my dad changed the spelling of it because he was like, I don't want people calling him Mario. And like he was super adamant about that. And like anyone who sees my dad and calls me Mario, like he'll get on your head about it.
Oh, wow.
He'll really be like, nah, that's like not his
I
name.
spelt it this way.
Exactly.
Like he'll even
Yeah.
say something before you say it.
For sure, yeah.
Because I'm sure you're used to it and you just hear it all the time, so you just let it fly.
I just let it slide because like, I mean, I don't have time like that. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
If I order a coffee, I'm not going to say my name's Mario. How do you spell that? Like,
Yeah.
Just say Mario. Like,
Yeah.
let's make
I
this
deal with
quick.
the same shit, bro. I don't like dealing with it. I'll just accept it and then we'll move on.
Yeah. What do you say? You say just,
My name is Jerron, and I'll hear a plethora of different things.
yeah?
Jerome, Jaron.
Jaron.
Like, bro, it's
I think
just like,
Jaron's my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how'd you come up with that? There's no A in there. I just look, bro.
It's like Karen, but just
Yeah.
Jaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Jan.
Jaron Wilson.
I don't bother correcting me anymore. I leave it
No,
alone.
just let it be.
Yeah. I let somebody else correct me.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people get a lot more like offended than you do. Because you're just
Totally.
like, you're so used to it. And they're like, that's not his name. You're like, well, all right.
Yeah.
But that's interesting, though. Your dad, was your name actually Mario at first, and then they changed it? Or was this originally changed?
No. See, it was just like he didn't want people to call me Mario. So
Okay.
he was like, I'm going to throw you in there so people say Mario, which like
Mario.
some people get, some people don't. Like if I go to like foreign countries, like if I go to like a Spanish speaking country, they'll say like Maurio. And like,
Oh.
and they kind of get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's closer. That's way closer than Mario.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
that.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Right.
So like, yeah, he just like switched it because he just didn't want people calling me that. But there was like a huge beef between like my grandfather and him because my grandfather's like off the boat Italian, and he was like, now you're messing with my heritage, like chill. Like I'll still say Mario, but like his name should be spelled like there was like a
Oh,
whole
really?
beef.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, he was cool with it. He was like,
Yeah.
all right,
Wow.
it's all good.
I accept it.
Well, at least he didn't change it to like Maudio, Mario.
Yeah.
Well, because then people would get closer.
yeah.
Mario.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bit literal. Like if that
Yeah.
spelled it like that.
I was like, I've never seen it spelled that way before.
I've seen names that I don't even know
Yeah.
existed.
Imagine
Yeah.
telling someone to spell that. They would be like, they're just like, nah. It worked out.
Yeah. But you're just used to it now. It's like, hey,
Totally.
kind of whatever.
Yeah, it's
But,
cool. Like, I mean, when people say Mario, I'm like, damn, you really respect me. Because that's how I'd identify, like, that's a family member or a close friend. So
Right.
now, like, a lot more people are kind of saying it. So now it's kind of confusing because now a lot of people are saying it correctly. But
Yeah.
it's a little bit like, damn, all right, that's a lot of respect. Like,
Step
people go
in
out of
the
their
right
way.
direction.
Yeah, I'm like, that's cool. I appreciate that. Like, anyone out there who, like, really takes the time to say my name right, it's like, takes a level of respect.
Even
I
in,
appreciate
even in the other room, I was like, so Mario. And he was like, oh,
you
did it.
know.
you got it. You got it.
You
That's
know.
dope.
So what else is going on? You when did you move here, by the way?
Man, I moved here. It'll be 6 years in October.
6 years.
Yeah. I moved out here with my girlfriend, who still is my girlfriend.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
It's good. But yeah, she was planning on going to school at FITM for like fashion and stuff.
Nice.
Perfect.
And then, well, not fashion, but like fashion merchandising and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I was already like planning, like typical skater, like I'm gonna move to LA. Like don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. And then she was kind of like, it's just time. Like I got to go to school and whatever. And I was like, it's time. I think I was like 19 maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
19 or 20.
It's good though, because it sounds like to me like she kind of like forced your hand. a
Pretty
little bit.
much. Yeah. I mean, she was always pretty much like, you got to just do this.
Well, whenever I mean, you were going to do it eventually,
Supportive.
but
Yeah.
she forced your hand to come
for
out
sure.
quick.
And then we moved in together, which like wasn't even like scary at first. Like I was kind of like, this is sick because like the last thing I wanted was to be like in a skate house and only talk about skateboarding. I was like, dude, like I have other interests. Like I want to like skate
sure.
and love it, but I need a break from skating
doubt.
too.
100%.
Yeah.
So it was nice. Definitely moving in with a woman really changes
that was
how
the
you
first.
live. It was the first.
Amazing.
Are you in
And-
the same spot this whole time? No.
Yeah. We rent out here. Come on now. We moved around a little bit.
Dude, Roger lived here for like, what, 16 years? or
18.
so?
That's
18.
crazy.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Nah, I think we moved like 3 times. Like,
Oh, okay.
Because we were in downtown originally. Because I came from the East Coast. So like,
Yeah.
downtown was like the shit.
Yep.
And we came here and
That
we were
city
like,
vibe.
oh.
This is
does
not
different-
really the shit.
Yeah,
I was
different
like-
vibe
not the
there.
same.
Yeah, I was kind of like, yo, this isn't really it. So yeah, we moved out. we're outside of the city a little bit now. So
I think that's typical, though. I think it's typical for any like LA resident or somebody that moves here. I think it's typical to move around and like find your little zone that you
Totally.
liked.
Yeah.
I moved around a bunch, skate houses, obviously,
Yeah.
but like, I found my little niche over here, close to the beach and just something that I felt comfortable with. And even out here, I've moved to different places, but in the same zone.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you find your like place. Like
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want to move anywhere else.
Yep.
Even though it's like every zone has the same thing.
Right.
Like with the addition of like out here, there's like the beach and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
whatever. But like everything has the same stores in the same zone. I
Yeah.
think the people who've made LA know like we can capture the same thing in different places. So,
Well, that's why if you live in a certain zone, you're probably staying in that zone.
Yeah.
You got your bubble here. Dron's got his bubble over there. Like we're
Yeah.
not, as skaters, I can live even, a mile from somebody and never see them.
yeah,
I can travel to Barcelona and go and then run into them.
Right.
And be like, you
Right.
live a mile, but we're
I'm seeing
halfway
you
around.
here.
It's crazy.
straight up. Yeah.
It's really bizarre. But you've settled in pretty good. I mean, obviously,
Yeah. Yeah.
the skate career just took off and
Yeah.
everything happened.
It was slow at first. Like it definitely was like I didn't know as many people out here as I thought I knew. Like that's probably a lot of people's, situation where
Of
they,
course.
they come and visit and they're like, oh, I'll have like all these friends here and there. Like I've stayed with this person, stayed with that person, skated, whatever. And then you move out here for real and then you realize like, no, I don't know everybody. I don't at all. Like I
Yeah.
kind of have to figure this out.
It takes
and
a little time.
yeah, but that like first year, I definitely was like busting my ass, like trying to like get the attention of like Santa Cruz and stuff like that. And
Oh, Santa Cruz was on your radar.
I had started like getting boards from them, I think maybe like a year and a half before I moved out here. Because I was getting Girl and Chocolate Flow. That's like actually when I met you.
Yeah, I just looked at the little video from 2014, bro.
Yeah.
And you won the contest, that girl.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
wow.
It was like
Yeah.
the girl
It's like the
invitational shop thing.
Yeah. And it was crazy because I remember meeting you. I was like, dude, this is a trip. Like, I didn't like, I mean, where I'm from, like, you don't really meet that many like pros. And especially
Yeah.
meeting you, I was like, dude, this is like pretty sick. Malta was there too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like,
I think Mike Mo was there as well.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. Like
Possibly.
everyone, like pretty much
Yeah.
most of the dudes were
We all
there.
tried to come out to support.
Yeah, but it was like super sick. But then I remember like the way that happened was kind of crazy because I end up winning. Like fast forward maybe like 2 years, like a year or two or something like that. I won that Element Make It Count contest,
Okay.
and it was kind of the same thing where they were like, we can like give you a year supply, like the
Right.
same
Yeah,
deal,
yeah.
and. Like it was a moment in time where I had to kind of do something that was like pretty scary, and I was like, hey, like I don't really want to waste this opportunity, and like if you would prefer to give it to somebody else, maybe that's what should happen, because
This was with Element.
this is what Element,
Gotcha.
yeah, because I was like, I really appreciate like how nice you guys were and like even having me out there, but also at the same time, if I'm gonna be in the same situation, like I should definitely focus on something that might like eventually flourish, in a
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
Which was like pretty scary of a conversation to have at like, I don't know, it was like maybe 17,
but
16.
that's even
That's a smart
that's
conversation,
even
though.
Totally.
yeah.
Thinking like that.
Most people would even just take that because you're going to get free boards. I could trade them at the skate shop. I could go sell
Yeah.
them at the skate park. Like I'm gonna
Yeah, no,
take
I was-
advantage of this situation.
I was just always like a loyal dude. I was like, if anyone's gonna like throw me a bone, I'm definitely gonna like go to bat for them. So I was like, look, I don't really want to waste that. Like I even
Sick.
said, like if you want to give it to somebody else, like seriously, please do. Like the people there deserve, like someone from that contest deserves it because everyone was super good. But
wow.
the way that the situation with Santa Cruz started was the second scariest thing I had to do was I hit up Asta and I was like, I just was asking him like general advice, like about when I was getting like Krell tap flow. And I was like, yo, like, what do you think? Like, I definitely want to like start making some sort of relationship, but I mean, it's kind of hard from Pennsylvania, and like, what do I do to like make this happen or even just go in that direction? And he was just kind of like, I don't know, like, it's like a really hard route. Like a lot of people try and not a lot of people succeed. Like, Krell tap's a pretty tough one to like win over. But if you want, I could talk to some people at Santa Cruz. Like, like it was like right around the time he just got on.
That's dope.
And I was like, I mean, shit, if that's what you want to do, I would appreciate it. And he hit him up, showed him my footage, and they were like, we'll send you some boards. Like,
That's so dope.
and I remember like looking at the boards when I got them, and like I didn't skate them for like the first like 2 or 3 days because I was so set on like I wanted like turn pro for any Krell tap brand. Like I just loved Krell tap. But then I skated the boards and I was like, damn, these are pretty good skateboards. Like, yeah,
Right,
they were
right.
pretty good. So Yeah.
That's interesting. That you kind of had, maybe, did you even talk to anybody down at Girl or Chocolate, or you just won that contest and that was kind of it? Maybe you could like, hey, here's my foot in the door situation.
It was kind of like, you remember like Sean Harris?
Yeah,
that was my contact there. Like he was the coolest dude ever. And he was
great.
super
Definitely.
supportive, but it was definitely like, he could only really do so much. Yeah. So I had to come to that hard realization, which, dude, any skater trying to make it in an industry is kind of like, you face that where you're like, all right, my dream and reality sometimes don't align, and I have to figure out like what's real and like what can I do.
Sometimes your reality turns into the dream.
Totally.
Which it did.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, dude, moving here was a massive risk. Like I didn't know anybody over here. It's not like I had these crazy connections, something like that. I just like moved out here with my girlfriend and like some hopes and, you know, a little bit of talent, and I just bet on that. I like doubled down on my own self, and it really
panned out.
It panned out a way I couldn't have imagined it to. Like, it's been nice.
From what I gathered also from all the other stuff that like Santa Cruz has done, like a True Grit, and they've done all this stuff, and it seems like your parents played a major role in just you being who you are, but also the support that they gave you to kind of follow your dreams.
Straight up. Yeah. And like even my brother too, like I don't really know if I got to talk too much about my brother, but he's the one who got me into skating. And like he was always like he's the firstborn, so he was my dad's like junior basically. He was like, I played football, you're playing football, I played baseball, you're playing that. And then like me being the secondborn, the baby, I was like, I'm not doing any of that shit. Like I'm good. Like
you never played any sports?
I played volleyball in high school, and like when I was a kid, like I played like flag football or like basketball, like, you know what I mean, like little elementary school stuff. But I was just kind of like, I'm like not really into this, you know. Like I just was never like the tall dude on the team or like the biggest person. So I kind of was just like, once I was shown skating from my brother, it was a whole different story.
That's what sparked you, your brother skating.
Yeah, because he was like, it was like the trickle effect of like my dad was like, you're doing this, and then he was like, all right, I have to watch you because dad's not here, so you're doing this. So like we're doing this together. And then I was like, well, shit, I just want to be you. So cool. Yeah. So like, that's all I did.
How far apart are you guys?
We're 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a jump.
It is.
That might be like when he's 18, he wants to go out and do his own thing and just, little bro, come on, man. I'm going out with the homies.
Yeah. But see, that we had a different relationship though. Like a lot of like older, younger brother or like sibling kind of situations, like they're like, don't be around me, don't this, don't that. But like I hung out with his friends, and his friends and him like taught me how to be around people, which is probably a bad thing to teach a 12-year-old how to like curse at such a young age. So like anytime I get like punked at the skate park, like I was the dude punk, like I was the one with the mouth, you know what I mean? So like I had to like hold my own. So he was just like, oh, he's cool with me, like I like him, like you know what I mean? And like my parents were like, look, like when my brother was like maybe 2 or 3, like he was kind of like a shy kid, and like he would see kids playing out in the backyard or like the back alleyway, and like he was too scared to like go outside. So they kind of were like my mom was like, look, I think he needs a sibling, whatever, blah blah blah. And like my dad was like, hell no, like I just want one kid, I'm good, like I don't need another kid. And I guess my mom convinced him to have another kid, and I came along. And then my dad was like, look, he's yours, like this is your best friend now, like you guys are best friends for life.
Amazing.
Kind of thing. Like he was like,
this
is your responsibility now.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
We had a child, but this is your child.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, he got me.
But it turned out
skating.
to be such a beautiful relationship.
Straight up.
Straight up.
What part of Pennsylvania are you from?
I'm from Reading.
Reading.
So Reading Railroad in the Monopoly. It's an hour outside of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah, in between Reading and Harrisburg.
Is that how you your contact with Tom Asta came to be?
Yeah, well, he used to skate X-Park, which everybody knows. A shot would skate there. Ed Duff, all the Rain dudes, Chris Cole.
Sure.
And that was like the scary park for us to go to, because like kids were so good. Like you would see everyone from Philly in the winter.
You're seeing Chris, even just Chris Cole alone.
Yeah, exactly. I remember like going there as a little kid and seeing Chris Cole, and I was like, he's big as shit. Like he's just a big human being. Like
with so much control and just craziest tricks.
And then he just rips, and you're like, I'm just gonna watch.
It's incredible.
I paid to skate here, but I'm gonna watch. My little helmet like crooked and stuff, like buckles all. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I gotta watch this. I gotta figure it out. But
so you met Tom there?
I actually met him like officially at 3 Block. Like remember that?
Oh
that spot in Philly? he skated by with Ashad and someone else. I didn't know who Ashad was either. I didn't know who Tom was really at all.
Yeah.
And one of my friends was like, dude, that's Tom Asta. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And like, he was like, no, you don't get it. Like, this dude's like so good, blah, blah, blah. I was like naming all these parts and stuff. And then I watched them skate. There was like a rail down that alley a little that was like kind of like cockeyed. Like, it was like this weird, like, I can't remember who else skated it, but it was like this really weird rail that was like super tall that like my little self would have never hopped on.
Right.
And I watched them like destroy this thing. And I was like, oh,
wow.
that's who Tom Asta is.
So, yeah.
I was like, and Ashad. I was like,
When those two were coming up together, their footage that came out was insane.
Psycho.
it was nuts. It was
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah. Especially for us. Like, dude, you got to think this is like the East Coast, maybe like mid 2000s. And like for like no one was skating to that caliber. Like no one's hopping on rails, flipping in rail. Like they were on some shit that was like what people were on out here. But for the East Coast, like dude, we're so far removed from that. Like seeing that was like, it was different.
Opened up doors for other dudes to be like, hey, we could do this shit too.
Dude, absolutely. Like shout out Philly right now, really like flourishing. Like it's beautiful. Like I love to see it. I love to see like home just looking the best it really ever has.
No doubt.
So you built that relationship with Tom, and I'm sure Ashad as well.
The relationship with Tom was kind of just like that happened like years later. Like I hit him up out of the blue, like just saying like
for advice.
like I was just like, yo, you're like my OG. I just really want to like I need some advice from you.
Were you DMing him on Instagram?
No,
or what
I think I had his number. Like I
Okay.
somehow had Tom's number. I don't remember. I think it was from like when they used to do that Made in America festival, and like they had like a little skate stage.
Oh,
thing.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in a group chat, and he was in it too, and I think that's how it was like something.
You're like,
that.
this number I'm going to keep. Let
save
me transfer that over.
Yeah, hell
Tom
yeah.
Asta.
Yeah, I was, and like I hit him up, and like, I mean, shit, he gave me some really good advice. Fuck, he got me on Santa Cruz.
I love it.
Damn, it
That's
worked
amazing.
I mean, he got it started. I obviously like I had to do mine.
100%.
Obviously, but he got it started.
There's always those individuals that kind of help get you to that place. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's word of mouth or, hey, man, we got to get this motherfucker on.
We
Yeah.
need that. I mean, like as a skater, like a young kid, like dude, you need that. You need direction. You need someone to like really look out for you and like kind of tell you.
That's really how it all happens for everybody, to be honest. Like
Absolutely.
that's, someone you meet that's on that company, they take a liking to you, you're skating, whatever, and then it evolves into meeting everybody else.
Exactly.
And then you get on. And you're like mind blown.
For the
Yeah,
most
tripping.
part, yeah.
Like it's happening. Wow, here it is.
It's still happening.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Do you still call Tom for advice nowadays?
Yeah,
or-
totally.
Yeah?
No, I do. Like
Sick.
all the time. Like we always talk. It's funny because he always jokes about like, he's like, when are you moving back home? He's like, I know you spend enough time in California. Like when you come back to Pennsylvania, he's like, you've been out, you did your time. Like, come on. Like I know you want to move back. Like he always like messes with me about it.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like, nah, not yet. Like
Not
I don't
yet.
know.
I always
like,
tripped
still doing your
out.
thing.
I tripped out. Tom never made the move out here sometimes.
Yeah.
Because but the thing is
Nowadays,
awesome.
you don't have to, though.
I know for sure. I just didn't. I always thought he would.
Yeah.
He would just come out here for some reason. I don't know why. But the rad thing is, he goes home, does his thing, comes out, handles business.
That's what I'm saying.
He's you're kind of the same way I would think, but like when he goes out on a trip, he handles it and goes home and he does his own thing.
his thing.
Let's just say Tom is a true professional.
He is.
No, straight up.
He straight up is a actual professional skateboarder.
And he's living his best family life over there.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
his whole.
Yeah, and if you got a family, man, it's hard to like get up and move your family.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids to another state.
Yeah.
You got to put them in school. There's just a
So
lot that
much.
comes with it. But people sacrifice whatever they got to do to make it happen.
Exactly.
It's working just fine for him. So
Definitely.
I think,
You don't need to do anything.
I think he's good.
You ever like recognize how patient he is on the session?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, you have kids. That's why you're so patient. Like you really are just like like he'll be trying the hardest tricks. Like I would literally like it would clear my schedule for the rest of the week of just like I'm so pissed off I can't do this.
Yeah.
And he's like nothing.
Yeah.
Like
You don't bug out at all?
No.
He might get like a little frustrated if he's trying forever.
Yeah, but what's forever for him?
5 tries.
But he's also trying something completely insane.
Gnarly,
you know
of
what I
course.
mean?
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
he usually doesn't. Yeah, he's so calm. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I'm
That's
like
a big
you.
part of it then, dude. Because, if you're calm and you're really like within yourself and knowing you're grounded, like, I'm going to get this shit. I know I'm going to get it.
You
You're
could
gonna
tell.
get it.
You could
Straight
tell
up,
in his
straight up.
skating too.
Yeah.
His skating is very calculated,
Confident.
but laid back.
Right.
You know, it's like it's interesting. You could tell a lot from somebody's style,
For sure.
personality
For
wise.
sure.
Yeah.
So when you were getting on Santa Cruz, did you already know the rich history of Santa Cruz, or did you kind of do a little research? Because we're talking about what were they going on 50 years?
Next, I believe next year is
Was
50
it 40?
years.
Yeah, it's 49 right now.
Wow.
50 years.
It's crazy.
In skateboard.
Crazy.
It's crazy to be a part of anything like that.
The amount of people that have been through that team is phenomenal. And still all the legends on there now. You got Eric Dressen.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out Eric D.
Shout out Eric D.
He's the best.
Yeah.
I used to skate with him here when he lived
Yeah.
there. We such the odd couple. Like me, Jason, Eric Dressen, and Donnie Barley
No way.
going skating.
That's sick.
Isn't that crazy?
So rad.
I would love to be on that session.
It's insane. This is like a daily occurrence. But did you know, or did you have to go back and because it's a lot of history?
I mean,
lot.
I didn't really know everything. Like I knew of Santa Cruz.
Sure.
And it wasn't even like when I was talking to Tom, I was like trying to get on Santa Cruz. I was just looking for advice, and like it kind of worked out that way. But as I've like skated with them and like met everyone and kind of like whether it was like Salba or like Dressen or even E-Man, like, and then like everyone kind of like was like, yo, you got to understand who these dudes are. And then that's where I got educated, and I just shut up in the van and just listened. And the stories I would hear from like Dressen smoking cigs, talking about all these things where I was like, bro, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even here yet. I wasn't even alive. But it's crazy. Like, it's just like respect where it's due. Like
100%.
Just listening to that. Like, I'm a part of the same thing you're a part of, so I'm where I need to be.
Wow.
Because some heads on some real shit, they don't even care.
That's
No.
true.
They're like, man, you know, I'm just here.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Thank you for sponsoring me. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And like, they just move on with their little life, and
Totally.
they don't do their little research on the rich history and
Absolutely.
heritage of a board brand.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, where I'm from, like, you research people. You want to know, like, yo, what's good with dude over there?
Yeah.
Like, you know
It's
what I mean?
easy. You can easily do that these days.
Yeah, or you ask, like, what you about? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, you don't want to, I don't know, like, where I'm from, it doesn't matter how good you are at something. Like, if you suck, you suck. Like, you got to be dope, or at least, like, friendly enough for me to be, like, comfy with, you know?
Right.
So, like, definitely once I was learning everything, I was like, these dudes are really about it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Totally.
stoked.
OGs for
Yeah.
sure.
Doubt.
Yeah, it's an interesting company to be on, and all that history. And
Totally.
it's almost like you're a part of it, but now you have this new generation of this company that you have to hold down
Yeah.
and like represent.
Totally.
you know?
And you know what's crazy? It's like it doesn't really feel like it probably maybe to like the outside looking in, like people probably think like, oh, it must be like a lot of pressure or something because like it's got this really crazy momentum going. But like it feels like it's just like a duty that like I feel like the whole team is accepted.
Yeah.
Because like when everyone got on, like no one really knew us. You
Yeah.
know, like I was like pretty new to everything. Like no one knew who Henry was, no one knew who Fabi was, like, or Jake or anything. And like I feel like we all bonded in that where it was like, yo, this one brand is giving us all a shot. So like we have to go to bat for them.
Yeah.
Like we gotta, you know, we're really gonna put on whether it's in contests, street skating, whatever, you know what I mean? So like we've built that all up and now it's like it just flows because it's like it's a part of us. Like it's our family. Like it literally is like no bullshit how people say like, oh, this brand's my, like it really is like my family.
You guys
like,
all
straight
travel
up.
a lot together closely and
Been through a lot.
yeah. Dude, what I love about Santa Cruz, or you know, they had their ups and downs, like
For sure.
the image wise, whatever.
Yeah.
But what I love the most, they went back to who they are. They like
Yeah.
they realized like, no, we need to be Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
and
just
they
us.
started doing the stuff they started doing in the beginning.
Yeah.
And look at it now.
It's great.
It's killing.
It's great.
Yeah.
They've
Yes.
never like pressured anybody to be any other way. They're like, we
Yeah.
love you because I mean, shout out Andrew Cannon. Like he really came in and like he was swinging, making this nice. Like he really did an amazing job.
Dude, I trip out on Andrew Cannon because he got the job brand manager and
Yeah.
had no experience in that.
Yeah.
I love hearing those stories. Someone gets hired to do something
Yeah.
and they just learn.
It's got to start somewhere, though.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, and that's like that's
you have the
impressive
heart, yeah.
to see what he's doing with it is
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, let's be honest. He could pick up anything and just like nerd out on it and figure it out. Like
Yeah,
he
for sure.
has that personality. So like Santa Cruz really like lucked out with how amazing Cannon is. It just
How
like,
long has Cannon been there? He's
it's
been
been
there
like what? Like a
I'm
little bit. Like I don't know if it's 10 years. Is it?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I know it's at least before 2014,
Yeah.
so I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
8 years plus.
He was there when I was getting boards.
So
and
then
it was
that's really the reality is when everything started to change.
him and Tom
Right.
straight up because it
Yeah.
just went a completely
And Tom
different-
got on around that time too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Tom was like the catalyst of like this
Yeah,
new
everything
generation.
changing.
Yeah,
of
he
Santa
was.
Cruz.
Yeah,
I
and
never-
shout out him because like, dude, he got shit for it. Like he really did. Like the East Coast was like, yo, Santa Cruz, what are you doing,
Yeah.
bro? Like it's not. Like
I thought it
wasn't
was
cool.
random as fuck.
Me
I
too.
think
I
I think
some real shit.
everybody thought it was random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some real shit. I remember being at a street league and I went up to him and I was like, bro, we could probably entertain Girl of Chocolate. And I said that to him randomly.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I know why, because he's a fucking talented skateboarder. But I definitely remember approaching him around the SLS, like I was probably a little buzzed or whatever. And I was like, bro, we could have, And he was comfortable. He was ready. He was very like, I'm on Santa Cruz. I'm doing this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I appreciate, you know, saying that. You know,
it takes a while for people they don't see things like his vision of, or even with Cannon's vision for Santa Cruz, to going back to what it is like. Yeah. And look where it's gotten them.
It takes a while. Yeah, it takes a while to get something going and get that momentum and speed. Nothing happens overnight. No. Right. So for all of us in skateboarding to see Tom Asta on Santa Cruz, we don't see the big picture. Yeah. So we're like, oh, left field. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what transpires here.
Straight up.
Look what's transpired.
It's dope. They bet on themselves. Like Tom bet on himself. Cannon bet on himself. Like the brand bet on itself. And like really, at the end of the day, that's what's the most important.
I think a lot of success too is from like their YouTube channel and also educating people about their riders, the true grits and all that stuff. I mean, I can't talk enough about telling all their riders' stories, because for me, it's much more than tricks. It's much more than a skateboard. It's what's that person all about? What's their family life? What did they go through? What did they not go through? Like, let's talk. Let's learn about somebody. You know, and you know. I think they're doing a phenomenal job with that. Absolutely. I wish more companies would take the time to tell their riders' stories and not just be like, hey, let's get an Instagram post and post a skate clip because we're going to get some views.
Viral
yeah, skating. You know what I mean? Like, let's tell a story here. Like, this person obviously...
It's a human being behind the tricks, for sure. Like, they didn't just pop up and get here.
And personally, for me, I love that shit. I love learning about that person. I love, like, your story and going in depth of your family and your dad and the support that was going on in your mom, everything about it. It's like, that's cool. Like I can relate to a lot of that, like my family life and all that stuff, you know. I think it's like important, you know, and you come from a completely different world than I do.
Totally.
So, but we all end up here.
Exactly.
At the same place.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
So shout out Santa Cruz. They do a phenomenal job on that. Yeah. So your True Grit was dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my grandma's like famous now. People are like, yo, like literally my neighbor hit me up on Instagram because I had like packages outside, and like he was like, hey, like just casual, like, you got some packages, like I know you're out of town, whatever, you want me to grab them, like bring them in my house? I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I didn't know who he was, and then I met him and he was like, dude, like I looked you up. You're like famous. What are you doing here? Like just tripping and stuff. I was like, dude, what?
What are you doing here?
I was like, I think I live at a pretty nice place. Like, damn, what are you doing here? But like, he was like, dude, I watched all your stuff. Like, you got a cool grandma. And I was like, I don't know if I should be like weirded out or like stoked.
Yeah,
like,
That's pretty awesome. I think you should be stoked.
Yeah. I don't know. This dude did like a little too much research. I was like, oh no. But nah, he was cool.
But that's the thing though. It's like we
let this happen. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Right.
We knew we were doing it. Now it's in the world, and now you know. Trust me, people will come up to you and be like, "Hey, wait, are you this guy?"
That's why people say my name correctly now.
Yeah,
that's pretty fire.
Trust me, I got neighbors yelling from me across the street, like, "Hey, you got a podcast? You interviewing Tony Hawk? That's cool." I'm like,
way. Do you get recognized and stuff? Like, do you guys get recognized like in different ways, like where it's like as the skaters you guys were, and then like as people?
It's never the skater anymore.
No, for me now, especially me, like being the last person to come on the show. Like, I'm going out now, like, are you on that show, the 9 Club? I'm like, yeah.
That's sick.
I'm like being recognized for that versus, you know,
your part in Mouse.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is like 20 years ago.
But it's sick. It's dope because like it's inspiring, especially for like I'll speak for a younger skater. Like looking at this, like, dude, like we definitely think like, what are we gonna do after skating? And to see that you guys have taken a path like beyond skating and like are still within skating, but playing a very important role, like it's dope. It's inspiring, man. Like seriously, it's sick.
I think a lot of skaters like they want to like live their life in skating. Right. But it's all about like, hey, what do you do after skating, right? Are you going to become a team manager? Are you going to become like a, you know, warehouse I don't know. What are you going to do?
Sales
like,
or something.
Sales, nothing of that sort. I don't want to be a team manager. I think that people do a phenomenal job, but it's not me. It would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Sales, no, I'm not. I don't want to jump on the phone and call, you know. But so I thought I would be fully out of skating by now. I thought I'd be on to a next chapter in life, working, doing whatever I'm doing. Who knows what that would be?
Right.
But something pops up. You think of something with like me and Roger thought of this show and started to do it, and now we're stoked. unbelievably happy that we could sit down with people like you, talk, shoot the shit, get to know what makes them tick, sit down with people like Eric Dressen, Lance Mountain.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, dude, fucking Lance Mountain sitting here talking to me? Like, this is crazy.
Some heavy hitters.
This is crazy.
Really, yeah.
So I'm blessed that, we have this show and we're still doing it. And we're hopefully contributing something to skateboarding,
I think so.
And people like it. They seem to enjoy it. So we're going to keep doing it till the wheels fall off, so to speak,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But, well, thanks for coming on. It's been great.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's incredible, man. But thank you. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26.
27
So young.
in November.
No, but hey, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
still young,
Yeah.
dude.
Shout out my
Lot of
dog.
years.
It's my dog's 8th birthday today.
Oh, I saw
feel like
that.
I have
It's
to say that.
That's tight.
I feel like I gotta
birthday.
say that, man. My little baby girl. She was with me earlier.
What's her name?
Peyton.
Peyton.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
She's a little Wheaton Terrier.
Wheaton Terrier.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard of a
I
Wheaton
didn't know what
Terrier.
that was either until I met my girl. I was like, what the fuck is this?
So you
But-
brought the dog out here?
Yeah. Well, it was like a year later. Like we had like we were just figuring it out. We were like, yeah, there's no way we can have a dog. Like we don't have any money. Like we gotta we can't pay for a dog too.
Yeah.
But then like a year later for my girl's birthday, her mom she came out but didn't know how to like bring a dog on a plane. So they had to like put her under the plane, which we were like, dude, it was like heartbreaking because she was like not trying to go in elevators and stuff at first. She was like so bummed.
man.
But now she's cool. We were flying with her for a
made
bit. Yeah, she was like going under the seat, like when you could do like the whole emotional support animal thing.
yeah.
But like, they clipped that. They figured it out. People start bringing like flamingos and shit on
I know.
planes. They're just like,
I saw
can't do that no more.
I saw a video with somebody with a peacock. on the
Yeah,
plane.
that's what it
I'm
was.
like-
It was a
I'm like,
peacock.
I'm like, you don't have a peacock on
They
the plane.
ruined it for us, man. I used to
Yeah.
love having my dog at Christmas
Well,
back home.
listen, they not even ruin it. Like let's have limitations on this.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like there's support animals and then there's not so.
You don't
much.
gotta
Yeah.
clip
You don't
the
have a-
whole thing.
Yeah.
You could kind of,
Really,
refine
I know
the
maybe your
rules.
peacock does mean a lot to you, but like I'm
No.
sure.
Bro, who just got a peacock?
I don't know. It's
That's what I'm
very
thinking.
bizarre.
I
Pet
don't-
peacocks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's wild peacocks in fucking on like in Echo Park.
There's
You
wild
see?
peacocks by my house.
Yeah.
One.
No way.
Yeah, just roams the fucking neighborhood
Like,
like on 3 different
naturally?
streets.
Yeah, they were just out.
Or like
Like,
someone they put that shit here.
No,
mean-
I think they're wild peacocks.
You know what I mean? They're
Look
just
at
like,
a peacock. I'll put it right there.
Somebody must have did something, but this peacock's been in the neighborhood
Well,
for like 8 years.
I think there's
Crazy.
peacocks in like Redondo and stuff like that too.
No way.
By Eldridge's house.
crazy.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
some
go
trainers and
outside.
some peacocks.
Yeah, Dodger
Right.
Stadium, like right by there. Just,
Really?
Yeah, just in the streets.
I don't live that far from it. I ain't never seen no peacocks.
Go
Yeah,
get, hey,
dude,
go
I was
get
there
one.
around.
Yeah.
Go get
Go
one.
get
They're
a
plentiful.
peacock. Yeah.
They're on the streets.
Yeah, let me go to my apartment and be like, hey, like my dog's like 50
obviously
a
they're-
month. What I got to do with this?
They
one?
make some crazy ass noise. I can't.
Really?
I can't
They
remember what it
do.
sounds like, but you're like,
Probably
what
some-
the hell is that?
They
Oh, it's
do.
the peacocks.
I'll be real with you. I ain't never been close to no peacocks. So
Yeah, me neither.
I'll take your word for it.
But let's a peacock on a plane. Let's limit it to
know,
like
right?
That
dog
doesn't even
because
make
people
sense.
have to travel. I mean, they're
sure.
moving. They need to bring their animal. It's like dogs
Yeah.
and cats. Like let's go.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Goldfish.
Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, it did kind of, like, it makes you a little more comfortable. Like, I mean,
Right.
some people are probably like, oh, bullshit. Like, bringing a dog on a plane doesn't make you comfortable. Like, I had, like, gnarly travel anxiety for, like, a second. Like, really bad. Like, I was not stoked to travel because, like, I had gone on, like, my first international trip to Barcelona, which was super sick. But on the way back, like, there was some crazy, like, emergency landing from Barcelona to, it was supposed to be Barcelona to Philly, but it went Barcelona to Madrid. And they were like, oh, like the computer on board, like it's not working, but like I can still fly the plane, but like, we can't, like the FAA won't let us fly the plane across. Like, it's
He's
like,
like, I'll
sick.
still do
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
like,
You're like, yeah, you should land.
Yeah, I was
let's
like,
take this bird down.
I was
Yes.
like, what do you say? Like, what?
Yeah.
So like, I'm tripping, like crazy turbulence. I'm in like the middle zone, like you know how like the big international planes. There's like
yeah.
So I'm bugging. I'm next to Pizzle, like I'm next to Santa Cruz team manager Eric, and like I'm like looking at him and like just like bro, what's happening? Like, yo, you gotta make this stop. Like,
you got to make this.
like I was like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, we about to die? Like, I don't even speak Spanish. Like, bro, what's going on? So then that gets all sorted. We land everything. Everyone gets rerouted. So now I'm going to Mexico City on some other flight or whatever. And like on that flight, like I leave like 10 p.m. Everyone else just stays in Madrid and like waits till the next day to get their flight and stuff. I'm on the way to Mexico City. I fall asleep because I'm like exhausted from the day. I wake up and like the dude next to me is like the woman next to me is tapping me and she's speaking French and I'm like, bro, what? Like, what is happening? And like people seem to be kind of like something happened. And then luckily the dude next to me was speaking like he could speak Spanish, French, and English. And he was like, hey, like while you were sleeping, someone is like having a heart attack or like a stroke on the plane. Whoa. They're like up in first class. They're trying to attend to him, yada, yada. Man. So like while you were sleeping, we tried to go back to Spain. But right now we're going to land on this little like Portuguese island. That's like a military island. We're going to land there so that we can get everything sorted. Wow. The dude ends up dying. Oh. And they're like, oh, we're going to be here for a minute. Like when someone passes on a plane, like you have to do a lot of paperwork and stuff. Dude. So like, they're like, yeah, we might have to go back to Spain because with like the regulations of how long a crew can work, like they can't work beyond 10 hours. So like, so we might have to go back. So I'm like bugging like, dude, like, that's bro, I'm just trying to go home.
Like the computer broke, somebody had a heart attack. Like the score go.
Yeah.
Did you have to go back to Spain or did they?
No. Luckily, they were like, we're not going to serve anything on the plane. We're just going to like figure out a loophole and get back to we're going to just go to Mexico City. So I'm sitting in this terminal with this dude and he's like talking with me and all this stuff. And like, it's like 4:00 in the morning. So I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. And then we get back on the plane, we get to Mexico City. I'm like talking with this dude a bit. He's telling me some crazy story, how his wife is like in Italy and like separated from him right now because of like air travel and like just some like unbelievable story. Yeah. And then like I get to Mexico City, I get my bag. I have to like go back through customs and like go to a different thing. And I was like, I'll see you upstairs. I want to say goodbye. Like, thank you for helping me translate. Like, I really appreciate it. And I never saw him again.
Oh, wow.
And I've always tripped out. Like, yo, what if, like, it was some crazy, like, I just imagined this dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was, like, such
sleep,
it was just such a daze.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I hated traveling after that.
Seriously, it put a bad taste in your mouth.
I got home, and I was like, I just went home and stayed at home. Like, I didn't leave for, like, a couple of days. I was like, dude, I'm happy to be on the ground right now and, like, in the United States.
Yeah, if you already had issues with traveling in general and then that type of shit happens, you're like, dude.
Yeah, like,
man.
Was it more of, like, you were scared to fly or you were just over flying? Like, every time I get on a plane, something happens.
No, I think it was just, like, being so far away from home, being, like, so young.
Yeah,
like,
anxiety.
I never, like, I never flew internationally like that when I was, like, at that age. Like, I was only maybe, like, 21 or 22. So, like, I did that whole trip like by myself, like flew to Spain by myself, other team riders.
That's a big ordeal, no doubt.
Straight up, and I was just like bugging. Like I remember calling Cannon, I was like, "Yo, like this is the deal. I don't know if I'm about to die, but like thank you for everything." Like I don't know,
shit, really.
And this is where he was like really on his like meditation stuff. He's like, try to meditate. I was like, bro, that shit ain't gonna work right now. Yeah. I was like, I'm stressing.
I can't take deep breaths right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but nah, it ended up being fine, and now it's like all good. But definitely that was like a crazy time in my traveling career, I guess you could say.
Yeah, plane rides. I never really tripped out on planes. I mean, I just figured like, hey, I'm in this tube. I'm in somebody else's hands right now. Like whatever's going to happen, I have no control over it, which is an unsettling feeling too, to not have control.
Straight up. Yeah.
I feel even weird when I'm sitting passenger in a car.
Really?
And maybe they're driving, maybe a little extra, and I'm like, I'm not in control.
Yeah,
I feel a certain way about that.
Backseat driver.
Listen, if I'm gonna tell you, if I think you're going too fast, I'm gonna tell you to slow down.
Really? You're one of those. You're like grabbing like the thing, like the emergency.
I'm not grabbing the oh shit bar, but if I feel I'm in danger, I'm gonna say.
I feel that. I mean, it's fair.
Grabbing that, like, dude, chill out, dude.
Like I got it. It's fine.
I don't think people realize how these are huge machines.
No, it's wild.
And they're going fast, and anything could happen.
People that drive like fast, like crazy like that, I don't get it.
I had that situation happen to me today. I went over to the store, and we're just on city streets, but this guy is like, he's going in this lane, he's going, and everybody's just driving. It's a Tuesday. Everybody's just out doing their business. He's going all crazy. He's busting his ass to get ahead of the pack. Mm-hmm. Pull up at a light right next to him. Just right next to him. Yeah. You pull up right next to him. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, I just was chilling.
You give him the eyes? You were just like...
I was just like, you were busting your ass, and I'm just chilling.
Like, what's good with you?
I didn't switch lanes. I was just cruising in my lane, chilling, and I pulled up right next to you. Like, what's the deal? What's the issue? What is the issue?
When people drive, it's just crazy. Really... Like it's I don't.
I'm an aggressive driver. I'm not like that, but I'm.
That was you today. That was you.
I'd rather be aggressive and not crazy aggressive, but just rather than being like. Yeah, la-di-da. I don't do
You're
the
an offensive driver. You don't play defense. You play offense.
I play offense.
Yeah.
I don't play like.
That's fair.
I'd rather be in that point versus being the guy that's just like, la-di-da. Like I'm just.
But
not
me,
that
the
guy.
la-di-da guy, is going to pull right up next to you at the stop.
But it's not a race for me. I'm just an aggressive driver. I'm not even trying to race you. It's
Right.
not about that. I just that's the way
You
I
got to
drive.
hit some serious moves in this city to get where you're going. Like you can't.
True.
Skate. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
To your point.
I don't want to just be very lax. I'm not going to be
No.
like, oh, you can get over. Like I'll let people over. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, I'm going. I'm not waiting for
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm the same way, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like I'm just going to go with the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
I don't have to go and
Yeah.
switch all kinds of lanes on the freeway. Like I could just chill
Yeah.
in one lane.
Yep.
I'm going to get there just as in the same amount of time that you're going to get.
Are you
there.
on, like an on-time person, like a meticulously?
I try to be on time.
Okay, so that's
Like
why
I am if I'm not on time,
Yeah,
it bugs me.
Yeah.
it
bugs
I
me.
feel that.
You know, I'm kind of glad that I don't have road rage in any way. Like if something crazy shit happens, I usually don't care, and I trip out on people that do have it because I'm like, yo, you're wasting your energy.
Yeah.
When you get so mad about someone that you don't know, I don't know. I just don't.
It's like, what's the plan here? Like, what are we really about to do? We're gonna pull over? Like, we're gonna,
Dude, that's-
fight, like, what are we gonna do?
Old school
Like,
style.
Yeah, we're going to throw down. What's up? But everybody, when they get in this they get in this box, they become somebody else.
puff themselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I could beat anybody down. You're like,
You got old grandmas flicking you off for no reason. Like it's crazy.
I laugh at that shit.
It's pretty funny. I'm
I
like,
laugh
damn,
at
that
that
was pretty
shit.
fire.
I'll laugh at you. You flip me off. I'll just be like,
Yeah.
keep it going because I'm like, what is that doing right there?
Yeah.
But at the same time, LA is just so jam packed.
It is.
You know, it's like, what's the point of like, you know, and that's the thing. If I'm in a rush, I will kind of, I'm gonna go. You know,
So you play
it's like,
offense then.
yeah, but at the same, well, I'm just gonna show up kind of in the relatively same amount of time that I would have showed up if
Yeah.
I was just mellow with it.
I feel that.
I don't know. It's just my outlook on it. But speaking of cars, I think it was funny because like you were at the Street League
Yeah.
and at Paul's Park,
Uh-huh.
and I was there. I was doing some announcing
Yeah.
stuff with Street League. In the parking lot after the Street League, you, myself, and your dad were
Yeah.
kicking it for I don't know a couple hours.
Dude, a while.
We were just chilling
It
in the
was
parking
like
lot.
full skate, like after the skate park, chilling by the curb. It's
Yeah.
already dark outside. You're like,
Kicking
what
Like
am
people
I
are
doing?
people are leaving, driving, waving to us. We're just chilling.
They had locked the door. Like Street League cleaned up.
Yeah.
They were done. They like were gone, and we were still there.
Exactly. Craft services was out. Everything
Yeah.
was shut down. But I thought it was funny because I enjoyed hanging out with your dad so much.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me earlier that like a lot of people like ask about your dad
For
and
sure.
what because your dad is really, not only is he a cool guy, but like
Mm-hmm.
I never get to really meet other skaters' parents, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
who are really that cool and supportive and actually follow skateboarding
Straight
like
up.
he does.
Yeah.
And he follows skateboarding like
More
like
than
a-
I do, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah,
True
he
fan.
watches the show for sure. Like
Amazing.
he definitely
Wow.
tunes in. Like
That's so sick.
yeah, no, he's always been that way though. Like he's always been like whether it was like my brother's stuff because like my brother plays professional volleyball like still to this day.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So like my dad is like at every last tournament. Like the
That's dope.
last time I was
That's super
home,
sick.
I was there for my dad's birthday and we were at my brother's tournament. And I was like, bro, you don't want to do anything else? He's like, nah, it's right where I want to be. I'm like,
That's cool.
I love
like
that.
that. He just loves that. If it's like
Supports.
not working on a car or like not supporting his kids, like he doesn't want to deal with it. Like he just that's all
That's
he wants to
amazing.
do.
Did he
That's
go?
so cool.
Did he go to the contest you're in?
He does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He's
awesome.
always like, damn, like this year I'm gonna go stop it. Like I'm gonna go to Tampa Am with Santa Cruz and just like kind of kick it and just like be there and just
Oh,
like
dope.
just hang out. And he was like, man, I might go. I was like, Pops, I'm not even skating, bro. Like,
Yeah, but he like I can
have
tell
to
he
come
just
kick
likes.
it.
It's so fun to be
Yeah,
around the atmosphere
know.
like that, especially
Yeah.
with the younger kids coming up.
For
Just like to watch
sure.
the new talent, like
dude, yeah.
the new dude.
Tampa
Olson.
Am is like always crazy, but like, bro,
Yeah.
like these kids.
These kids are so
Bro,
good,
the
man.
energy in that place.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're going for it.
For sure.
Yeah,
But-
there's a noticeably different between am and pro.
Oh,
Yeah, people are nice at pro.
Yeah,
People are not trying to cut people off.
At
and
all.
It's like
it's night and day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
night and day.
No, Am is like, we'll step over you if we got to.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's trying to make it. It's
Cutthroat.
so crazy.
Yeah.
But it's so, like, I'm hyped to be a spectator.
Did you ever win a Tampa Am? or
No.
anything?
I think the best I did was 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that was a tough one. It's a tough one to win. You got to make all your half court shots for that one.
Yeah,
it's a big one.
Yeah.
Contest has been played a big role in your career, huh?
Totally.
Like growing up and entering all these things.
Yeah. I think that like my pops, that was like the easiest way for my pops to kind of follow it because he didn't really, and like same with my mom, like it was easier for them to understand like a contest and stuff.
Scoring.
Yeah, but they were never like, they weren't skate parents. They weren't like, you got to go do this or you got to do, like they were just like, well, there's a contest, like we'll take you and we'll kick it, like we'll hang out. Like my dad used to drive me and my brother to Philly all the time. We'd go to FDR even though we had no business skating that, like because we did not skate anything at FDR.
Yeah,
but like they were just super supportive. So for them, like that's how they, like my dad and my mom really like bonded at that sort of stuff, like just supporting their kids. Like,
love that.
Yeah, they were just like super good parents, really like steered us straight, and
I think even in you were saying that they would. On vacations, they would stop at like they make it a point to like, or you'd probably make it a point and your brother to like stop at the local park, wherever you were on vacation.
Yeah, and they always suck too, because we'd go to like New Jersey, like for like like we'd go for like a day or two or whatever, and all the parks in New Jersey at that time sucked. Like they were terrible, dude. Mm-hmm. But like my parents had this thing where they would go to an island like every year. They would save up and then like they'd be like, all right, we're going to this island this year, because that was like my mom's favorite thing to do, and my dad was like, as long as she's happy, I'm cool.
Exactly.
But me and my brother would be like, bro, we just want to stay home. Like, we don't even care. Like, we're just trying to skate. Like, thinking back now, like, I'm like, fuck, I should have went to some of these. Like, these islands are sick. I don't know what I was thinking. But as a little kid, we were just like, dude, we want to skate.
Yeah.
Right. We don't want to go on vacation.
Were there skate parks on this island or no? Skate spots?
I mean, like, we had gone to, like, Jamaica and, like, St. Lucia and stuff. Like,
sick.
some pretty remote, relatively remote places. But at that time, not that I knew of. Not that my parents were going to be like, yo, we're going to just drop you off at the skate park in Jamaica.
Like, but you would bring your board with you? Like, just in case?
Nah, because they were like, bro, you're on vacation.
Yeah,
like,
we ain't bringing that.
This is family time. Like, and we were like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
But
if it was like a local vacation, you would visit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were like, yeah, there's a park down there. Like we go to Virginia Beach and we'd skate that. I don't think it's there anymore, but it was like that massive concrete park. And back then we didn't have like concrete parks where I was from. So like we'd be like, we're going to that one. And we wouldn't go to the beach. We would just go to that all day. We'd be like, pick us up after you're done at the beach.
Like, go do your thing. We'll be here.
Middle of summer, like blazing hot in Virginia.
Your brother's quit skating for college, volleyball stuff?
Yeah, he had gotten a D1 offer to play at East Stroudsburg University. It was like a big like state school in Pennsylvania. And they ended up like cutting the program because they had some like, there was like some new rule where like they had to match the women's and men's sports. So they cut the D1 volleyball program for like women's like horse racing, equestrian shit. I don't know. It was like super confusing.
So
but
it
like,
could be more equal.
Yeah. Like just like there was just some new rules and stuff. So he was like, he left there and then went and played at like a Division III school and stuff. And he would skate and stuff, but like it still was like, I mean, dude, you roll your ankle, you're not playing any sport, you know? So he was like, when I'd see him, he'd skate, but yeah, he just like, just for like kicking it, just for fun. If I'm in town, he'll come skate. You know? Was he better than you? Oh
yeah.
He was the good kid at the park for sure. Like he was like really good at skating. And I was always like, damn, like I remember he could do backlips and I was like, I want to do that. But I was like too small. I couldn't do it, you know?
Could he keep quick grind at all?
Nah.
Could he blunt kickflip?
No.
I know.
See, that was later on in the summers where I was like, I'm going to get good at this. Like, I'm actually going to try to get good at skating. Straight
up. Dude, a nose blunt nollie flip it's just awkward. It's like not something that you would have on lock, but you have this on lock.
Yeah, it's weird that you have that on lock.
You ever try it? Like, even on a curb?
I mean, I don't, I've tried it. But I don't think...
It's just that foot setup for the nollie flip. I think once you're trying to get into the nose blunt and you're having your foot set up like that, is the difficult part. You know what I mean? Because then you have to flip out of that.
Because are you thinking when you're getting into like a nose blunt nollie flip, are you trying to like get into it with your feet already in position?
Nah.
Because you're not wiggling your feet around.
Nah. See, that's the trick of it. Like, you ever get on a nose blunt on like a butter box or whatever, and you just like kick out and it does a nollie flip?
Yeah.
Like, and you're just like, oh shit, that kind of worked. You don't set up for it. Like, you just get into a nose blunt and then you flick from where your feet would naturally be. There's no like, you don't have to like set up like a crook nollie flip.
Yeah.
If you do that, you'll mess it up.
Totally.
So to me, it's like, just get in a good nose blunt and flick. And like, I mean, sometimes I close my eyes and it hits my feet. Yeah. Like sometimes it just works. Like it just feels good.
Yeah, no, you do those so well. It's like I almost think it's becoming not your patented trick, but it kind of like is your like superpower.
I'll take that shit too.
I'll
Yeah.
take that. If there's any way I could have a trick in something like this where people are so amazing and people would identify the trick with me, dude, that's a win. That's a massive win.
No doubt.
I haven't really seen too many other people do that, to be honest.
Not like that.
No.
Not comfortable
Yeah, like
that.
actually flick it out and catch it.
Yeah.
I've seen a few like recently. I think like Tori did one, and I think like Jocelyn did one to fakie and stuff.
Oh, do you do any other variation of that?
Nah,
No?
can't mess with the original.
We're keeping it that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a good trick to. I mean, can you just throw that trick out? Is that like a demo trick? When I say demo trick, I mean like, hey, there's a
Couple
trick that I do at a
tries.
demo.
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
it pretty
Fucking
easily,
Depending on what it is, yeah.
and what the obstacles there
For
probably.
Sure, for sure. I mean, definitely like kickflip nose one will be like that's like the demo trick. Like people are like, oh, we want to see that one. Or like
really?
kickflip lip, like the stuff that I'd run in like a contest run. Like they're like, we want to see that in person. So like stuff like that, yeah. But like nose one nollie flip, it's got to be right. Like
It's a good trick to
gotta be
have,
right.
dude.
Is there
I
a
love it.
certain
I love it, bro.
A certain nose blunt nollie flip that you've done that you like the most or you're the happiest about? Because you've done it like at a couple contests. I saw a street league you did recently.
Yeah, just recently.
I was hyped.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I did that in a contest.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was actually
Bump
pretty
to the
to the table.
table,
Yeah. I was pretty hyped. Probably the UCLA ledge, like the curve ledge.
Oh, that's right.
That one was
Ooh,
probably that was my
that's a
favorite.
good
Why was it your favorite?
Because it was like I got in it and I was just like stuck. Like it probably, like, believe it or not, it took me like maybe like 45 minutes. And I didn't even like plan to go there. Like we just like Nick and I were just driving to the west side and he was like, yeah, we should go skate UCLA. And I was like, damn, there's a curb ledge. Maybe I'll try some. And then I like nose blunted it maybe like 3 or 4 tries in. And then I was like, I should nollie flip out of this shit. And then I like got to the end and flicked one. I was like, yo, this might work. This might work.
That was a good spot to do that
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
That
I
was
appreciate
tight.
that.
Yeah.
And you've done them on tables and stuff like that in schoolyards. Like,
Yeah.
You got it good.
Yeah.
You got it
Appreciate
good. Keep
that.
running that.
Have you
trail.
done kickflip
Yeah.
nose blunt nollie flip?
I'm working on it.
Because I know you got both kickflip nose blunts that
Yeah.
look good too.
Yeah.
That one's hard.
Yeah.
I've tried. I've like legitimately tried.
What's hard about it though? Because you're saying to me in the beginning, like you just do a nose blunt and you don't set up for anything.
Right. But see, sometimes like when you like if I'm kickflip nose blunting something, it's not like a perfect nose blunt. Like I'll get in, I might shift a little bit, stuff like that. To get it like where I'm perfectly boom in it and then I'm ready. for like, dude, it's tough.
That's what when you're doing nollie flip out of nose blunt, you can't be like boogering in any way.
No.
So you have to be perfectly locked in.
Well, there's like a little bit. See, that's the thing is like if you are too like blunted per se,
Overlocked.
yeah, it kind of like messes you up. You need like a little bit of booger slide so that you have the leverage.
Oh, yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
okay,
like
okay.
a little bit. But like, dude, to aim that, doing like flip in nose blunt, like go at a ledge, going relatively fast, and try to flip into a nose blunt. Even for me, it's still kind of scary. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You mess up, hit the ledge, like, dude, there's a lot. You have the rest of the ledge to worry about.
You got to get a textbook when you're, the kickflip nose blunt.
Mm-hmm.
When I say textbook, I'm thinking of like a, like a day one.
Yeah.
His kickflip nose blunts are like they're the same every time, whether he's doing down
Right.
2 tables
Yeah.
downstairs or
Right.
a ledge.
Right,
Like
right.
that's what
It's
it is.
the same. I mean, but day one's day one.
Well, listen, dude,
He's-
Maurio McCoy, bro.
I
It's good.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Would you rather do a kickflip nose blunt on a ledge or a flat bar?
I think flat bar is easier. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely easier to do on a flat bar, but like feeling wise, the ledge.
Oh, okay.
It's hard. It's like it's harder. Like I think like that
Yeah.
would people would appreciate like you kickflip nose blunting a hubba versus a rail. Like the rail is still gnarly, but like dude, you have to lock in. A rail you can get in, fall out the side, and still kind of make it. Like,
Yeah.
To me, like a hubba, it's more impressive.
For sure.
Than a rail.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
100%.
It's a lot more control. A round rail, like that's why a lot of people skate round rails, is because it does have there's a
You
little
get a little bit of
give.
leeway.
Yeah, and like a ledge is falling a little more on like the square bar kind of side.
I guess once you get comfortable with them like that, the round bars, but like I've never been comfortable with them like that. So
Nah.
both of them would be hard, and I would only do it one time, and that would be it.
That's all you need to do.
You know how, like when we filmed, like back in
Yeah.
the day, we would only do shit one time.
Once and done.
But for that particular trick,
Yeah.
I would be fine with just doing it once, and we're not doing that again.
But I could see how like a round rail could have that leeway of like,
sure.
I'm gonna nose blunt it, but I got in kind of like,
yeah.
dipped down.
Yeah, that's the
Over,
thing. Yeah,
you
you play that dip down game on a ledge, you'll
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
You'll learn real quick.
Yeah,
man.
it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Can't be dipping down. No dip down.
No.
Yeah. What's your? Do you like skating rails though?
I'm gonna have to.
when
like,
you have to.
when I need a rail trick. Yeah, I'm definitely not like the rail dude, you know. Like, but if I have,
I mean, you were doing like tech. You're doing kill curve grind, kill lip slides, and
I can't.
Yeah.
So you're you're methodical with your video parts and stuff. So you're like, because you just said like if I need a rail trick, like you kind of suss it out. Like
totally.
What do I got in my part?
Exactly.
Here?
Yeah,
Right.
But definitely like I mean any spot that requires me having to pop like high or anything, like anything that I feel is like more in my wheelhouse, not just like out skating a rail or something or like doing some crazy tech trick. Like sometimes I feel like where I'm at in my career is a little more just like what is like tailored a little more to like my physical ability rather than like what's the hardest tricks I can do, like trick for trick in my, like, you know what I mean? Like that, I'm not interested in that game. Like I want to make a video part where people are like, that shit was dope. Like I want to go skate. I don't want people to like watch my video part and be like, I'll never be that good.
Right.
Unrelatable?
No, I don't.
Bit?
Yeah. And I'm not saying I want to like dumb down my video part and make it like not as good, but I want people to be like, dude, like that's the best. Like to me, I grew up watching like a Ryan Gallant part and like his tricks were nuts. But they weren't like they weren't the hardest tricks and it wasn't like the fucking like most.
It's the way he did them.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I want to look like that dude. Like he's sick. So to me, that's like where my head's at. Like I'm just like, I want that same reaction to someone who's in my position when I was a kid. You know?
I almost think that like, you know, you look at like a Nigel Houston and to most skateboarders out there, it's kind of unrelatable. Right? They're not doing what he's doing.
No.
But a Ryan Gallant, you go back and watch his like relatable.
Yeah.
You know, like I love relatable.
For sure.
You know what's funny is that I mean his parts were nuts, but in person he was not relatable. He was so fucking good in person.
It's insane.
Like he's similar to Tom Asta, where he was like, oh, keep a front crook. Oh, keep a back nose blunt.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, those are like the hardest tricks, and he can just do them like that.
Dude, he would do back big spin switch front crook on ledges. Like he would do it over the back. And dude, I tried to just do back 180 switch crook. I was like, bro, this is not. It doesn't work. Like this is impossible.
He's done some amazing.
Totally.
He did big spin back nose blunt. Remember that? That was the first time I seen that on an actual ledge.
Yeah.
Like and lock it in.
Yeah.
He would skate those that in that underground.
Yeah, Sarah High School.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Where Dron skated there too.
Curbs,
No, like the
well,
blocks.
no, they were like good size ledges.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
I had one
thing.
trick on there.
What'd you do?
I think of one trick on there.
Heel flip?
Nollie shove, back nose grind 180.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys had the tricks right next to each other in Rick Howard's part.
Damn, that's sick.
We were in Rick Howard's part.
We were.
Congratulations to you too. So I was tripped on that. Like some skateboarders like matched their video parts, like in how good they were in person, and other skaters don't. You know, it's like a lot of skaters have to work and work for their tricks. Like I was one of those guys. Like you wouldn't go see me at the skate park and be like, God damn, that dude's just like his video parts. Like, no. But to see like somebody like Ryan Gallant, who's like,
you're like, dude,
massively like just be like better than his video parts. It's crazy.
Some dudes got it like that, man.
Totally.
Definitely.
He was one of those dudes.
Enjoyed that,
you would go to spots and he would just do tricks mad quick.
No,
you know,
it seemed that way.
Yeah,
I'd seen him at a demo, like it was like a Plan B demo it was like outside of Philly when like Zoomies had the couch tour contest. And I mean, dude, we never really saw pro skaters where I'm from, so like I saw him skating and like Felipe and stuff, and I was like, dude, what?
What's going on?
What? Like, what is happening? These dudes are amazing, you know. So
skating with Costin's like that guy, like just those people who are just like you're like. Dude, shouldn't there be like a camera out right now? Like you are killing it, but you're just having fun right now. Oh, you had mentioned earlier about turning pro.
Yeah,
that was an experience. Another surprise.
Big deal.
Jerron,
it's a big deal.
Jerron's always, he always talks about it. He never got a little surprise. Huh?
No,
no
little surprise. I mean, all in all, it was a moment in time that I'm like, man, I went pro. Yes, But there was no like. Fucking celebration.
They just said, "Hey, you're pro.
Yeah,
your board's gonna come out."
They didn't do it like that back then, or it was just like specifically to you.
It was It was just like you turn pro, and like we might have went to like a dinner, but that didn't happen. But like,
damn,
we should throw a little going pro party.
We're gonna
20 years later.
We're gonna surprise him. Surprise you with the pro board. I got a little bit. Yeah. Because like when I turned pro, I was literally on my way to Barcelona with Mark Johnson. We had rented an apartment out there. People were going to come out and stay. We were going to film. We're going to kick it. And Sam was like, yo, you got to come down to this autograph signing. It was in like Redlands. It was like crazy far.
Yeah.
And I'm in Venice. And I'm like, dude, my flight is today. I'm not going to go drive my ass down to Venice, down to Redlands so I can go to an autograph signing in a skate shop. I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you got to come, dude. It's very important, this and that. Like the skate shop is like really important. It's a good account. And I'm like, dude, I'm not coming. I'm sorry. I'm going to Barcelona. I'm about to fly out. My bags are packed. Kenny Anderson shows up at my house. He's like, I'm like, what are you doing here, dude? He's like, dude, come on. I came to pick you up. Like, you're going to come down there. Like, Mark's going to pick you up because he lives down there. You're going to drive up. You're going to go to the airport. I'm like, dude, what is going on right now? This is insane.
Yeah.
I live 10 minutes from the airport. I got to drive an hour, then an hour back, and then get on my plane.
What time is your flight?
Yeah, that's what I was.
It was like an evening flight.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, red eye. But so I get down there and I'm sitting signing autographs. The kid's coming up and I'm like, yeah, cool. Kid opens up a magazine. I'm like signing the magazine. Then I look at it and they had like pasted in like the chocolate, they do the portrait boards at the Peacocks. And it was that portrait said like, congratulations, you're pro. And I'm signing it. I'm like signing it and like nodding. I'm like, what? And everybody starts clapping and like laughing and whatever.
You're like confused.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you brought me all the way down here for this? Holy shit.
That's the best surprise when they kind of piss you off a little bit.
I was
the best surprise.
I was like perturbed.
Yeah.
I was like pissed, like borderline pissed, but like just like this
irritated.
is such
It's like getting punked.
such an inconvenience for me.
Yeah.
But then it was cool because I had everybody there on the team sign it.
Oh, that's sick.
So that was cool. That was cool. But then they're like, okay, get out of here, go to Barcelona.
An anxiety-ridden day.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But you, not so much. It was kind of a day in the life thing, and you went to a donut shop.
Yeah, it was.
Which is I love donuts.
You got to try them.
Are they good? So this is a spot you would go to a lot.
I would have gone there even if I wasn't there. Like, I go there all the time. I love it. I really do. It's like a fully vegan donut place, and I'm not vegan at all.
What's your go-to donut there?
It's called an X-ray donut. It's like a normal, like, whatever, normal dough donut kind of thing, like cut in half. And then there's like this like chocolate mousse sort of thing. I think it's like chocolatey mousse. And then there's like chocolate icing with like salted caramel. Ooh, it's crazy. Like,
you throw salted caramel in the mix. I am in.
I'm like some new shit that's working.
It's so good. Yeah. But no, I was actually kind of irritated that day.
Oh, you were?
I had gone up to, I can't remember if I was in like Santa Cruz or San Francisco or something, but I was up there filming something, like I think I was just street skating, like doing NHS stuff, and they had told me they wanted me to film some day in the life, and I was like, bro, like tomorrow, like not even like a day later, like why now? Like this is, come on, bro. So I'm like, whatever, like I'm always down for it, like I'm like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So we go.
The timing just was kind of
I was like well, a little inconsiderate, but all right, I'll do it. But so I go and do it, and then like I go to the skate park, and like the skate park in Rosemead that I always skate, I like call my friend, like I literally called a friend to come there who had no idea I was turning pro. I was like, yo, you want to like skate? I'm doing a day in the life, whatever. He's like, yeah, sure. So we go out there, and then I'm driving around. Trevor Cushing, who's filming everything, is like in my backseat just filming us, like kicking it. And then I go to the donut shop, and like I just remember walking in, and like I didn't even like understand what was happening. They just like handed me this tray of donuts, and I was like, what? And then it's
like, cool.
Yeah, it was like dope. These are free, like sick. But then it just said like Maurio was pro and donuts, and then I saw, I think Cannon, donuts. Yeah, Cannon was like the loudest one and like popped out, and then I saw my girlfriend. I was like, what, you knew? Like, damn, it was fucked up. Like I was like,
she fully knew.
Yeah, she like totally knew, and like
she helped set it up.
Yeah, Nick knew, everyone knew, and like I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then my parents were already on FaceTime with, I forget, maybe my girlfriend, and like I remember like my mom like started crying and stuff, and she got to see me turn pro, which was like the one thing she's always wanted to see.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, and then after that it was cool.
And they had your board too. They FedEx your board out there to them.
Yeah, they were holding it. I forgot about that part. Yeah, they were like holding it and like just like tripping. And it was sick.
That's incredible.
I was stoked. Yeah, I remember saying, I forget if it was like to my girlfriend or my dad, but I was like, I turned pro during Black History Month. Like, I'll never forget that. I was like, I was so proud of that. Like, I was like, this, I don't know if you guys thought of this, but thank you. Like,
it worked out.
Yeah, I was like, this is like a really cool moment to turn pro.
Amazing.
And then next month, the world did what it did.
Down.
Oh, wow.
Shit went bonkers.
Well, I'm sure those boards sold pretty good because skateboarding went
Yeah, there was some good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good times.
At the time that you turned pro, was there anything that had like catapulted you into turning pro, like video part? Was it anything that was going on right there, or was it?
Yeah, like I was working on a video part already, and like I kind of already knew. Like they had told me,
okay.
like they like plan it a little bit, and they kind of tell you like, hey, you're gonna turn pro. You're just not gonna know when.
Right.
So I was already working on a video part, and then I think a little bit of it too was like I was having some momentum in some of the pro contests as an AM, like Street League, and like they wanted me to go to Tampa Pro and like all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And at that time, there was like that weird period of time where like AMs were winning the pro contest, and like the pros are kind of like, dude, like this is a pro contest. You know what I mean? Like there was like
they got like a little ticket to go there and be in the pro contest, or whatever it was.
Right. So then there was like that whole rule of like if you don't have a pro board, you can't skate this. So then I think for them they were just like, it's time. Like you're representing us like really well in the contest, and like you have a part coming out. Like it's time to do this.
Yeah, because you got like second in Street League.
I did. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I was tripping on that.
Which stop was that at?
That was LA. That was
LA.
2019. Yeah, which was sick because like it almost felt like I was like home for like because I had like so many homies from the skate parks I would skate at like that were there. Like I remember like seeing like these G Park kids who were like yelling from the top of like the crowd, and like they were just super hyped. I was like, damn, it's like I feel like I'm home. Like
I love that.
This is like sick, dude. But
who won that year?
Utah.
Oh
wow!
It was Utah, me, then Vincent Malou.
Was that the one where was a bump to those yellow bars?
Yeah,
that was sketchy.
Yeah, I hated that course. Yeah. I should have. I remember in the morning I was just like so pissed because it was like 8 o'clock practice. I was like, bro, like 8 o'clock in the morning. What is
that's like, a little extreme.
Like, what is going on? So I'm there, and I'm like practicing, and I'm like, dude, I'm over this. Like, this just sucks. Like boards shooting out, and I think it was like around that time where like all the contests had weird contest schedules where it was like this heat gets like 50 minutes, and it was I was just like, dude, this sucks.
Was that when it was World Skate involved?
Yeah, that was like the early beginnings of it, because I think there was the Rio contest. That's where like I kind of met you.
Yeah,
remember we like there was that like one bar that like was like the local bar, the Void.
Yeah,
dude, yeah. And like I remember everyone would go there, and like we had, this is like a side note, but we went there, and I remember Luan saw me and Tom there, and he was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, do you know where you are right now?
He's like, you're in the wrong bar.
No, he was like, you're in the right bar. Like,
perfect.
like yeah, this is like our local bar. And then like literally everyone went there, and then that's where you and I kicked it before. Like, everything.
That bar was. Isn't that when Costin didn't he do the kickflip thing there?
Yeah, and they like Costin
like
did a kick. Yeah, he like did a kickflip, and like all the people at the bar picked Costin up. And, like, were like cheering with him. Like, it was just the craziest.
Awesome.
It was dope. They loved skating down there. Like that was sick. It was like
when you go to a contest there, it's different.
Yeah,
it's not like going anywhere here.
No.
It is so much energy. It is amazing.
It was dope. It was.
They love the passion behind skateboarding. There is next level.
It's insane. It's
so
insane.
that Street League was 2019.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I was like bummed on the course, like not like bummed on the course, but I was just like over it. I was like, dude, it's so early. These like this bump to rail is massive. I don't feel like skating this before I've had lunch. Like this is like kind of crazy. You know? I was just over it. And then like once it got to like my heat, I just like I was like, I'm done. Like I'm not strategizing. I'm just gonna skate. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna like flip my board, whatever. Like that's all I'm doing. And then I started doing that, and then I was in like first out of my heat, and then I don't remember what I ended at, like maybe fourth in qualifiers. And then I kind of like had a similar approach where I was just like, dude, I don't really like, I just want to skate. Like,
is that weird?
Yeah, you
sometimes
don't.
when you just let go,
carefree.
it just
totally
happens.
Yeah. And that's how it worked. And then I was like, I was like sick. I had just an opportunity to make a little money. Like it's a good day. Like once you get into the finals, you're like sick. No matter what, I'm walking away with something. Which is very nice to walk away from a hard day's work with something in your pocket.
For sure.
So once I like did that, then there was one of the like USADA or whatever dudes, the like the drug test people.
Oh, okay.
This is before I even knew what that was, because I was not familiar with the Olympic contest, like how everything was going with that. But immediately after, they were like, all right, you got to come with us. And they were like
at the contest.
Yeah, like they gave me the trophy, and then like at the time, Mark Waters, R.I.P.
Yes.
Like threw the like American flag on me, and I was like, what? Like,
I
was like, bro,
you went up to the podium with the flag on, but like nobody else was. Like, Utah like, didn't have a like. It was kind of like,
what am I supposed to? I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna like throw it. Like, I guess that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I was so confused. Yeah, it was
because you were at this point. You weren't even like. The Olympics wasn't even on your radar. It wasn't even like something. You were just at the Street League.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do well in street league. Like, I've always looked up to the people in this contest. Like, I'm here with a lot of people, like, you know, I admire, and I just want to do well. I don't want to, like, you don't want to, like, beat them, but you're like, I want to do well. I want to, like, put my name out there.
Yeah, 100%.
And that happened, and then they were like, hey, you got to come with us. And I was like, can I, like, go see my parents real quick? Like, can I, like, I think my mom and dad would, like, really like to share this moment with me. And they were like, quickly. And like, come with us.
Okay.
So then I gave him hell. Like, I was in there for like an hour and a half, just like bullshitting, because I was like, dude, you're wasting my time and waste yours. Like, come on, this is like crazy.
Yeah.
And then the full on, like, okay, like, you know, fill out this paperwork, whatever. And then like, they were like, all right, we got to like see you like pee in this cup. I was like, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like,
they have to watch you or something, right? Don't they have to watch you?
Yeah. I was like
really watch you?
Yeah. I was like, bro, this dude who's looking at me better have my check, because like this is a lot. Like, I ain't never going through this.
They have to watch you like literally pee in the cup.
Yeah. And they were like, do you want a representative in here with you to make sure everything is fair? I was like, bro, what are you gonna do to me? Like, what?
And this wasn't even brought to your attention at any point in time.
No, because it was like, you kind of just like for me anyway. Like, I was like, this is a way into street league. I was focused on like getting into a street league, because I was like, I'm right now to skate. This is a massive opportunity. I want to do that. But then like all that came with it at the time, I was like, whoa, this is like crazy.
So like, what transpired after that? You pee in the cup, you do the thing, and what happens with the drug test?
They're like, we'll let you know. But I never got that email. I don't know if I was like, just like they misread my email or whatever, and like I never got the results. But I guess I'm just good. I mean, I would assume smoke weed, but like,
yeah, I feel like if I've never gotten a drug test like that, but like they probably just don't hit you up if you're all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And see, like, it's weird because there were other times where they did, like, they had come to my house. Like during COVID, they had come to my house like early, like, dude, like 7:30 in the morning, and they were like,
surprise.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, it's USADA outside, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, it's, you know what it is.
It's time.
Yeah. And, like, I was just like, what? And then, like, I, like, went with them. I stayed in, like, this little lounge area at my apartment complex and, like, just kicked, because I was like, I don't want you in my house. But, like, I was, like, drinking water a bunch, and then I didn't have any more water. And I was like, can I go get more? And they were like, yeah, but he's got to go with you. And then, like, the dude had to come with me in my apartment. And like, my girl's like still kind of sleeping. You couldn't
like get anything to modify it or do whatever you're in.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was, but I mean, I get it, but it was definitely like eye opening. I was like, whoa, like, what is happening? Like, this is, you know, it's a crazy opportunity, but this is nuts.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, were you like psyched to go to try for the Olympics? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I like, yes and no. Like, yes, because it was a really crazy opportunity to have, and to be thrown into that world is like awesome. But to like not have wanted to do that, like that wasn't my goal, and like being there, it took a little bit of me adjusting, and like, to be honest, like it like played on my mental a little bit, because that's like, you dedicate all your time to that,
which a lot of skaters were.
Yeah. And like, dude, to go to these contests, and like sometimes like, you know, like the judging criteria was a little bit different than typical contests. So like, you would leave these contests, I mean, at least myself, like I'd leave being like, damn, like I'm like, am I not good at this or whatever? Like, you know, it's just like, it had you thinking. You're like, bro, like maybe I'm like not that good at this contest, or like just not good at skating. And like that, like I had to take a step back and really be like, look, man, like this is a lot more than I had asked for, and it's like playing on my mental, and like I gotta focus on that, because like, dude, this isn't even what you wanted. And you know, like a lot of things had like transpired during that time. Like I think during that time, like I was already in like second world, like not world ranking, but like USA ranking. So then I had turned pro, like going into that year. Like I wasn't pro at Street League. 2020 I turned pro in February. Then like I think like 2 months later, I found out my mom had cancer, and then, which was tough, because like, dude, like my family was super, like we're all four of us, like me, my brother, my dad, and my mom are like super close. So I had gone back home for like a bit of time, like stayed with my mom until like she eventually passed. And then like kind of just dealing with all of these emotions, like grief and stuff, and like dealing with like the reality of not really wanting to be in the Olympics, because it kind of played on this different part in my mind that was like when I was in high school, I went to a high school that like was really big on college. And anytime I was like, you know, I want to like, I have a goal of being a professional skateboarder. As crazy as that sounds, it's like what I want to do with my life. And people really push college on you. And I realized that like being in that space of people being like, oh, you're going to the Olympics, like not knowing like what really was happening and how I could possibly not go.
Right.
that kind of put that same type of pressure on me when I was explaining like, oh, I want to be a professional skater, and they're like, maybe you should think of something else. It was like that same type of voice was like
parallels, real.
Yeah, and it took me a long time to realize that, and like I learned a lot after my mom passed of just like what's important, what's not, and really what's important is just like what you're comfortable with and what you really want to do with whatever you have in front of you. And yeah, like going through that time of being like, dude, why am I like feeling weird about skating? Why am I feeling like, you know what I mean? Like the interest was changing. And it took me a while to realize like, dude, you didn't want to be a part of these contests. Like this is pretty gnarly. Like for people who don't know, like those contests were gnarly and the people in it were intense and like it's an intense environment. And yeah, I just think I didn't align with that. Like I was just, I don't know, if I go to a contest, like if you see me at a contest, I'm going to talk to everybody there. And like, I'm going to be
taking away your passion, bro.
Totally. Yeah. Like I was just kind of like, damn, like, I would have conversations with people and then like they're like I don't know what you call them, but their countries like liaison would kind of be like, all right, that's like enough. And I was like, what? Like, what do you think? I'm gonna steal his tricks by talking to him? Like, what is going on? You know,
people
like,
got pretty serious.
Different mentality.
It was a little different vibe of people taking things a little too serious.
For sure. I'm sure you saw it too. Like totally. Yeah. Cause like, when you were judging, people were probably like a little different towards it.
They were like, hey, you can't talk to the skaters and blah, blah. And I'm like, you guys understand? Like, I know pretty much all of these people.
It's
like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just, okay, fine. I won't talk to any of them, but like,
for sure.
It's like you're changing what skateboarding's all about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is like, look, I'm not gonna like hate on it. Like there is a time and a place for all different types of skating. Clearly, like skating is not what it always was. Like it's evolving into different things, and it still has the same core elements for whatever you want. Like it really is the core element is what do you want out of it?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Is it for fun? Is it to like meet some friends? Is it to just like is it some personal thing? Is it to gain something? Whatever. It really is whatever you want out of it. So there's a place for all of this stuff, but I think like for me that maybe wasn't my place because I just like. I don't know. It was just really serious. Like it was like really intense. And like, I don't know. I think like after like my mom had passed and then even after that, like I had my first injury where I like had surgery and like went through all that and like lost the ability because like we obviously cope with skateboarding. Yeah. Lost my main ability to cope with shit. Like, dude, it changes your mind. And like, I just really sat and reflected for a while. Like, bro, this is like not even like I'm not really into this, you know? Like it really feels like I'm beating other people and like it's like don't get me wrong, like that's a tremendous opportunity.
Sure.
To be an Olympian is like I mean, very few can say that, but I don't I think my main goal was getting my name on a board far before any of that. And
and that hadn't even happened yet.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it did after that I got into like the whole mix of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that was 2019 that I got second at Street League and then was in the whole situation.
2020, you turned pro February. So right at the beginning of the year, pretty much.
Right.
Got you.
And then no one knew. Like I'm sure like you were getting emails about it too, where you were like, well, I guess I'm gonna be in this country maybe that month. Like there was like this gnarly schedule of like China, Japan, China, Australia. Like so.
Oh, that was. Gnarly.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then you're like, I don't really know what's about to go on, and you're like, well, I'll try to plan for. You know what I mean? So like, it was just this weird time of like. This is kind of a lot, you know.
Interesting. So what ended up happening with all that stuff?
So I mean, I wrote it out. Like I definitely like if I'm gonna represent for myself and the brands I ride for, I'm gonna ride it out. Even if I was like in like excruciating pain skating these contests, like a pretty crazy way to like heal from an injury is go skating.
What injury was it, by the way?
I rolled my ankle so bad that I like. Whatever this tendon is that's on the outside of it just tore, and like because I punctured a hole from my leg bone like in my skin, the tendon popped out. So it was like
a compound?
No, I didn't break anything, didn't fracture anything. I just tore
Within.
it. Yeah, I just tore it so bad where like it literally was hanging out of my ankle, and they went and like
it was out of literally.
Yeah.
The tendon ripped out of your ankle.
It like so if I was
Did you touch the tendon?
Fuck no.
No, within the skin.
Oh, within the skin.
No,
it was outside of the skin.
It was out. So
like here's your foot, and it's like here, I'm right here.
Yeah. What? No, like no, like bro, like so pretend this is.
It was dragging behind you when you were walking.
I had to pick it up. I had to throw it over my shoulder. And go, no. No. So what happened was like I was skating that spot that's like out east. It's the 2 blue bumps of bars in a row. They're like perfect little.
The smaller ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing kickflip the first one, front heel the second, and on the front heel, I guess just the way I do the trick, my ankle was still just like in the air tilted, and I caught like my toe, like typical how you catch your toe, roll your ankle, you know, the nightmare. Knock on wood, doesn't happen to anybody. But it did that. And then because my ankles like stretched so far, like it literally was behind, like if this is my leg bone, it was like that. My leg was like on the ground.
The skin tore.
The skin tore because of my leg bone going through. And then because it just had gone so far, it snapped the tendon. And then like I'm like laying there and I'm like, dude, something's not, like I wasn't like yelling or nothing. I was just like, bro, something's wrong. Like, I don't know, something feels weird. And then Patrick Melcher was there with me, and he was like, I was like, yo, just you look at it for me, like, what's good with this? And he like pulls my sock down. He's like, dude, you're bleeding. And then he looks and he's like, yo, what is that? And I was like, I don't know. And I had to hop 2 fences to get in there, mind you. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm like, bro, like, we have to call the cops. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, how am I gonna hop 2 fences? So like, they like, the homies literally like, full like football player gets hurt on the field, like picked me up, like walked me to the fence. They like put me on the fence, and I like kind of half hopped it, and then they waited on the other side, got me, and then I did the same thing.
Damn.
And the shitty part is I had my car there, and my car is stick shift. And the only person who really knew how to drive stick shift was Melcher, but he had his Tesla there, and he'd be damned if anyone else was gonna drive it. So the homie who like was second best at driving sticks,
second best,
he was like the homie,
the runner up.
Yeah. The homie JD was like, he was like, well, it's been a while, but I'll try. It's like, bro, you better do more than try. Like, I gotta get to the hospital.
Like, fuck my transmission up.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm like sitting in the back of my car, like leg up, and I called my dad. I FaceTimed my dad because I was like, fucked up. And he was like, what happened? And I was like, I explained it to him. He's like, damn. And then I was like,
I love Dad's reaction.
Yeah. And then he was like, I was like, I got my car. JD's up there trying to like he's trying to figure it out, whatever. And then I was like, yo, like, you know how to drive stick, right? And he was like, yeah. And then he didn't, because he didn't know that you have to put the clutch in to turn the car on. And he's like, yo, why is this not starting? And then my dad was like, does he know how to drive stick? Like, he's on FaceTime, like, as this is happening. And I was like, I don't know. He's like, damn.
That's 2 dams.
Yeah. So then I went to the hospital, and they were like, all right, like, if, you know, we got to check this out, see what's good.
Man.
And then they checked it out.
Surgery and stuff.
Well, I had to get transferred because I went to a Kaiser hospital. I didn't know you needed Kaiser insurance. Like, I had insurance, but I didn't have Kaiser insurance.
Yeah, specific.
Right. And they were like, well, like, the emergency room stuff is the same, but like the actual surgery, like, if you want to pay out of pocket, you can. And I was like, nah, I'm good on that.
Chill.
Yeah. So then they were like, all right, we'll get you an ambulance. I was like, ooh, chill on that. Like, I was like, my girl's about to pick me up. And they were like, you sure? And I was
like, I just hopped 2 fences.
Yeah, I was like, this thing. I was like, you don't know what happened before I got here, right? Like, I'll be all right. And they were like, I was like, is it going to get infected if I go from here to there? And they were like, well, don't stop it. Don't go to like In-N-Out or something on the way. Just go to the hospital. So then my girl picked me up. I went to the hospital, got surgery.
Wow.
You know, that was that. But
and then how long was that recovery?
I mean, it was like, they told me 2 months, but they were talking 2 months to walk. I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna be jumping down 2 months. Like, I was like, oh, it's calm. Like, I'm fine. I'll be able to do that. Nah. It was like probably until I was like really skating, flicking into stuff. Like, dude, 6-7 months. Like, it was a long time.
Right.
Yeah, it was a really long time. But
damn.
A lot of physical therapy, a lot
tons. Yeah, damn.
I mean, it's a natural reaction.
Yeah, I know.
It's natural. For anyone who knows my dad, that's a very natural reaction. They'd be like, oh, that's some shit he'd say. So he was just like, damn.
I love that.
So when you and all this stuff was going on during the time of the Olympic stuff and like that, but what transpired, because you didn't actually make it to the top 3? Was it 3 people that go into the spots?
Yeah, I think I ended in like 6th, which I was still pretty like, I was stoked on. I was like, dude, this is like for something I wasn't really trying to do.
Right.
I'm pretty like, I'm happy with it. You know, like I did my best. And like, dude, the last, like the Rome contest and I think Dude Tour, I think those were the last 2, I believe. Those 2 contests, like I skated hurt. Like I was like super hurt.
Damn.
Yeah,
so, like, damn.
Now it's just,
I can't.
stop saying it now.
I probably say it all, but nobody even.
Well, now you're gonna catch it every time.
You're gonna catch it. No, but I think the Olympics is a weird situation
for sure
altogether,
for
right?
Sure.
It's like skateboarding. Should it be in there? Should it not be in there? You know, it's a very weird thing. But when you're in it, it's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, it's definitely for the people who can separate like skating for what we all know and love it as, and just accept it kind of as like a sport. Like that is something that you legitimately go and train for. Like you are going to the gym for it. You are like eating right for it. Like it's in that regard is a sport.
Totally.
It's not like you're just meeting up with the homies. Like you're saying no to some like you're not even skating street. You're like, dude, I'm literally training for this. Otherwise, like it's, you know what I mean? Like
no,
you
it's
can't
discipline, dude. Like you gotta stop like everything, like drinking, smoking, whatever you're doing.
Hell yeah! If you're smoking, you are gonna know.
Yeah, they're gonna know. Actually, you could drink. You can drink.
No, you could drink.
Yeah.
And that's what like we tripped on. We were like, so wait, you could show up to a contest hammered, but you can't be high. And they're like, yeah, we think like alcohol, like in their definition of alcohol.
we think,
man.
Yeah,
like,
we think. Okay.
I was like, I don't know, man. Like, but I mean, it's not our rules, and that's what everyone learned. It's not our rules. Like we quickly learned that it comes with its own set of rules,
right.
and whether you like them or not, you have to respect them. It's it's what it is. Like,
Goodness,
it's an interesting subject, man. It's a touchy subject too, along with our skaters, because it's not something that we are anywhere used to.
No,
you know, it's this brand new thing, and like you said, it's a sport at that point.
At that point,
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I never even
to be thrown into it like that.
Yeah.
Like, look, great, you had all the points, like you said.
For sure.
But like, that wasn't the reason for me I wasn't trying to accomplish that.
I was trying to get in street league.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I wanted to do since I was like a little kid. Whenever it started, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, P-Rod's in this. Like all my favorite skaters are in this. I want to skate with them.
Bills to pay.
Got bills to pay.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
right. It's a good paycheck if you win.
It
I mean,
really
second
is.
place isn't too shabby.
Dude, the money that you would win on that used to be bananas.
I mean, for
Yeah.
second, you got in a little late.
I got
Right?
it was very late.
Second place was what, 75 grand or something like
Something
that?
like
It's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Psycho.
I think Malta won 200 grand.
It's
Like
the first one in
yeah,
Kansas City.
Super champ thing or whatever.
200 grand, dude, for a skateboard contest. That is fucking awesome.
That's insane.
That is so
And that's
cool.
the same time with like Maloof Money Cup and like all those crazy
Yeah.
What was was it 100K for the Maloof or 50K or something for the Maloof?
Nah, I think it was like 200. It was a lot.
It was a
of money.
lot. It was up there.
It was a lot.
I don't remember the
Dude,
exact
that's so
amount,
cool.
but
They
Imagine
should
that.
do more of those.
Facts. And
Yeah.
if you got anything to do with it, holla.
and just think, if you won the Olympics, all you would have got was a medal.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's the only thing.
It's the only thing?
Yeah.
There's a lot that comes with
I'm
it.
just saying.
You know,
No, but like potentially, yeah. For sure.
You know what a trip on is when back then, when you would win contests like that, if you were sponsored like Monster or some shit, they would match.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people would.
But didn't it get to a point where like you couldn't match? Like they had to
There's
like
probably
there's
a cap.
threshold. There's a threshold here.
There's a cap, but
$500,000. That's
called
what we
access.
have out.
I remember hearing homies
It's a good
like,
cap,
oh yeah,
I think even like
fine.
shoe companies would be matching stuff too.
Yeah. Like,
shoe
so you got-
companies, drink companies.
So I'm like, dude, that was a good time for those skaters.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You were the first person I saw recognized like riding for the milk, the whole milk thing.
Yeah.
What was that? How was that?
Milk
was-
campaign?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, got milk.
No shit.
Yeah. It
Amazing.
was dope. It was cool. Like it really was like at first I was kind of a little like, I don't know, it seems like almost like a polarizing topic kind of, or polarized topic or whatever. Like just because of, people's feelings about like
Milk.
milk and all that stuff.
I don't drink milk, but I think that's amazing that you.
Yeah, like totally. Like I was like, dude, this is like, shit. Tony Hawk did it. Like I was like, Burnquist did it. Like I'm kind of like, bro, like to be in that presence.
I think that soy was on there too.
Yeah, like a couple different people,
that's-
like not just people, legends.
Yes,
did it.
yes.
So I was like, dude, to have this opportunity, like it's pretty sick. And like I remember being like a little skeptical of it. And I called my brother and I was like, yo, what do you think? Like I don't know. What do you think, man? He was like, I think you've been living in California too long. Like, ain't nobody give a shit about milk. Like, dude, make your money, dude. Like, stop
Nobody
playing.
gives
Like,
a shit about milk.
for sure, yeah. He was like, ain't nobody care about who's drinking. But like, dude, just make your money. Like, stop playing.
But
And I was like,
do that.
the thing I'm wondering, I was like, what do they want you to do for them? Like, other than them like advertising,
Yeah.
I saw like billboards of you and stuff. But like, hey, drink some milk while you're at a contest.
No, because that was the thing at first. I was like, yeah, what comes with this? Like,
Yeah.
Like I drink milk, but I don't know if I like drink it. Like, to
that.
that degree. Yeah, like I'm
yeah.
skating and
Come
I'm
on
gonna
now.
chug. Like, dude, no, I don't think anyone's.
Put milk
That's
in
like
the
the
coffee.
worst time to drink milk.
Right. Put
Right.
milk in the coffee.
Yeah.
We'll do,
Yeah. And they were like pretty cool. Like they were super understanding. They were just like, like make this authentic to yourself. Like we're not telling people to drink milk. We're just, like you endorse that you drink milk.
Right.
Which I was like, oh, I could get behind that. Like I do actually drink milk. Like not like a ton, but like I do, so it's not like I'm against it. So yeah, it was like pretty calm. Like that probably seemed like a gnarlier campaign, but like everyone who was a part of it was like super interested in like letting me have like pretty much like the final say. Okay. Like in what came out, like that kickflip photo, like there was a bunch that they were like it was literally like from here, like there wasn't even the kickflip, it was just like my face.
Oh wow.
And I was like, dude, look, skateboarding is a pretty tricky thing, and people will hate on even like the coolest shit. So like, if I'm gonna do this, like
at least make this shit cool.
If I'm gonna do this, like
it's gotta look right.
The kickflip's gotta be good.
Yeah.
Like I gotta have like the leverage to be like, well, then you kickflip like that or something. Like I gotta talk shit back somehow. But you can make fun of everything else. But they were like pretty understanding. They were like, okay, cool. Like we want this to be authentic. Like we want it to be good for like what your standard is.
Both parties.
Yeah. And they were super cool. Yeah. That was like one of the cooler things out of the whole Olympic situation. Like that's cool. To say I did that, I was like, all right. And like, I don't know, just being in like a grocery store and like my dad being like, yo, that's you. That's my son. He takes his whole camera out, like taking photos of it and shit. Like literally made me stand next to one in Vaughn's. And like,
what do you mean they had that? No, you're not on the milk carton because that's for missing.
I'm not on that. No.
Okay.
No, like
they don't even do that shit no more.
They don't do that. They don't do that anymore. Oh
no,
I thought they did that.
That was like in the 80s and shit.
Yeah, but this was a display.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like where it was like a couple different things. Like it would be like kind of like some weird like end cap thing where they like slide the graphic in it, and then because it was like me and like 3 other people like in different sports and stuff. But then they had like where you would get the things to wipe off the carts with, like they have like during COVID time.
The wipes. Yeah, the sanitation.
It
wipes,
was like that's like where it mostly was, and like there was one across the street from where I like my apartment.
Every time you went in there, you just grab a wipe and
I had a mask on.
See yourself.
Yeah, I had a mask and no one in there ever really figured, because I go there like every day, so like they never figured it out. But one day like my dad went in because he was just like hanging out, and he was like, I'm gonna go take a picture of that. And then I was like, dude, I'm just gonna walk away. Like this is kind of weird. Like I don't want to take a picture in front of this. So he handed his phone to someone who was working there and was like, can you take a photo of me in front of this? But didn't explain why. So they're just taking a picture of my dad in front of like
a milk sign.
Yeah. And he was like, I didn't tell him, but look at the photo.
I got a good photo.
Yeah, I was like, man, you're different.
That's sick.
He didn't need to explain. He didn't need to.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's a proud dad. Of course he's gonna do it.
He's very proud.
Yeah. It's just funny. Like the person's probably like, I don't get this.
They're like, what are you standing next? Like, what? You know him? I don't know.
And did he take his mask down so he could?
Oh hell yeah.
Good for him.
I think at the time he had like a Santa Cruz mask, because like he was anything. He was like, ooh, that's not. I need that. Like anything I wear, dude. Even like S's, like, bro. He'll like hit me. He'll be like, oh, I saw on your Instagram, like people were asking what shoes they are. I'm gonna ask too, what shoes are those? Like, like dude, he's like laced. Like he literally buys S's and like Santa Cruz shit all the time. Like that's all.
If he needs anything, I got him for day. I think I sent you some?
I don't. Nah, maybe not.
Maybe, I don't know.
Kelly, hook his pops up.
I definitely will.
You better be careful, because he's gonna see this. He's gonna be like, yo, Kelly.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah. You're gonna run the promo budget. He gonna get you good.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, damn.
What's his name?
David McCoy.
David. Hit him up.
Yeah.
Okay. His IG is Kelly Hart.
They owe.
Easy.
He will. Don't play with him. He will.
He's going to. That's it.
Yeah.
I remember when we used to have the milk here on the show, and people would trip out on that so hard.
Really?
Well, it's different, like having an end cap at a grocery store, but having like a full glass of milk on the table during every episode.
Yeah.
That's what you guys would do?
Yeah.
Like, because you just like
but
milk?
we wouldn't. No,
he played
we were
into it.
doing like some milk thing. We were.
Okay.
But
The same people that you were working with us too.
Yeah.
They were like whatever.
But we just put a milk on the table and we didn't say anything.
Right.
So people just automatically thought that
They're just like, yo,
Kelly just loved milk. And he had to have a glass of milk on the table.
I would have milk.
We kind of turned it into our own funny thing.
Yeah.
You had
a beer and milk?
I would just to fuck with people. So sometimes when Steve on the experience show, when Steezus would talk, I know the camera's on him.
Yeah.
So it's on me too, and I would just pound the milk just to fuck with people. I don't know.
Just so they come back to you and it's like lower?
No. They would just watch.
Because they sit next to each other.
They sit
so
next
the camera's on.
So
both
they
of them.
see me. He's talking, and I just start pounding.
And then
You're just drinking room temperature milk.
Yeah.
It was literally like been sitting there for like an hour. At least. Yeah.
Room temperature milk.
You're buck.
And then take a sip of beer, and I was like,
Oh, God.
That's a combo right there.
R.I.P.
You should have smelled.
Man.
You
Oh my God.
should have smelled the room after that. Oh,
This shit was bubbling.
boy. Shit. Damn.
oh man, that was fun.
Yeah, but we had fun with that.
That's
Because
cool.
we didn't say anything about it. It was just there one day, and it stayed there.
Yeah.
And people were like, most of the comments were like, "What the fuck's up with this glass of milk?"
You just like never introduced it. You're never like,
Yeah.
we're partnering with milk. Blah, blah,
No,
blah.
no, absolutely not.
No way.
But in the way that I look at it, I'm like, dude, that was probably more press for milk than
totally.
any. I mean, everybody was talking about it in the comments.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck's going on with this milk?
Yeah.
Like, they should have paid us a lot more money.
I still get hit up by that for that shit all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
all
something for you.
Well,
yeah.
people are probably watching old episodes.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this
I got
milk?
this milk. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
That's
good
really
times.
funny.
Hey, milk has changed though. It's not like people they drink a glass of milk.
No,
People
yeah.
really don't. It's almond milk. It's
All the alternatives.
all the
A lot of
alternatives.
alternatives.
Yeah.
Oat
Oat
milk.
milk.
No.
It's a big thing.
Soy milk.
Well, I do almond milk. I'm a big fan. Vanilla almond
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Good for smoothies.
Make that work.
Yeah, I like them.
Not good for coffee. But it's
You don't like
alright.
milk and coffee?
No,
oh no,
I
almond
like
milk.
I like milk and coffee, just
Yeah.
not like almond milk. It just doesn't taste the same.
I do like
It doesn't
that.
taste the same.
No, it's not the same color either. You know,
It's this off-white,
Yeah.
weird. It's almost like putting just more water in your coffee.
kind of. Yeah, you might as well just drink it black, which is
Yeah.
like we talked about this
That's
before
what I
the
do.
show. But you guys
Yeah.
are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
You're not. Yeah,
No.
we're on the same page.
I'll do it sometimes, but
Crazy.
I don't know.
Some grown man stuff. Like put some hair on your chest.
Established taste.
Yeah. Well, you think you're better than us or something, man? You drink coffee with like.
I
come
do.
on.
I do think I'm better than you.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, it's funny. It's
You just
funny.
kind of went crazy on me right there for a second.
That's when I just start laughing.
But it's funny how your taste buds do change. Because like I used to have coffee with my sugar. You know what I mean? I used to
Just a bit heavy sugar.
heavy sugar, heavy cream. I would water that thing down like no other. But then it just you start weaning yourself off of it.
Yeah.
You know, less sugar, less sugar. Then all of a sudden, like I said, now I just do black espresso. Love it.
See, black
Love the taste
espresso
of
is
it.
different though. Like I'm thinking you're saying like black drip coffee. Is that what you're referring to too, or you're
okay,
saying
okay, I
like
see
you
what
just
you're
like
Oh, I'll drink just regular, black coffee.
crazy? That's crazy. That's why a black
But
like
all
just
the time, but I just like if I have if I'm like on a skate trip or something, there's like a coffee, whatever, like at the skate contest,
Yeah.
I'll just drink.
I mean,
the
bro,
coffee.
you're drinking milk and beer. You can't be trusted. And you're like this.
Yeah. What
You're
are,
going-
what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
nah,
over here? Just send his dad some shoes. Hey, speaking of the shoe game, what's going on? Listen, we won't get. We're not going to put you guys on the spot here, but like you've gone through a few shoe companies.
yeah.
You were you were on Converse for a while.
Getting some Converse. Yeah,
Converse, and you were with the Adidas.
Adidas. Yeah.
You know, and then now you're flirting with the S people over there.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's like the shoe game's hard. Everybody knows
Yes.
that, you know. Like it's real hard to like find a place you fit in and like kind of do all that and get it all sorted. But yeah, like anything, like there's definitely been like rumors out there where people were like tripping, thinking like Adidas like cut me or there's some like weird bad blood, which it's like, dude, it was never like that. Like those people were so cool. Like Carl was super. Like I mean, everyone knows Carl Watson. He's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
one of the
he's the
nicest
best.
people in skateboarding.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One of
Paul
them-
Shire as well.
Paul Shire too. Yeah, like
Hell
Paul. Like
Oh,
I never really got to meet Yasha, but like I had only heard good things about him, and like none of it ended on any weird terms. Like that's not even in my character to like go crazy on somebody like that. You know, like it's just like when it came time to renewing a contract, like there were some things that I wanted for myself, and I don't think that maybe the brand was there at the time because it was during COVID and it was a difficult time for a lot of people.
So you
So-
didn't. So you had a contract with them.
Of some sort, yeah. We had an
okay.
agreement, yeah. And like, dude, they were paying for travel. They were like really supporting me through the Olympic journey.
It's
so-
weird because like if you're on a bigger brand like that, I feel like there's different tiers to this
Totally.
sponsorship, right? There
It's
could be a
big.
contract deal where they pay for flights and
Yeah,
hotels, and then there could be a deal with like incentives,
For sure. Yeah.
photos and content, and then there's another
sure.
deal where like you're on the team and this is
Right.
the full blown package.
Right.
Yeah,
And
the whole
yeah.
deal.
yeah, and it was definitely a lot to wrap my head around, like especially during that time of like I said, like going through losing my mother and losing friends and being in this like situation where I didn't feel like I was really being authentic to myself and really like doing what I cared about. I really I was hurt, so I had a lot of time to think, and I was like, dude, what do I want, you know? And like I felt that like where I valued myself was maybe not like where we aligned, which was like totally okay because it happens all the time in skating. Sure. And like if you want to get mad at that, that's just a sign of like immaturity. Like some things just don't align, and that's totally fine. And we totally ended that on like great terms, and like I'm still like in contact with them, and like dude, like people are like, you know what I mean? Like we're all skaters. It's it's not weird shit. Yeah. But
we're all adults here.
For sure. But for me, it was kind of like, you know, for so long, I feel like being from such a small town, I focused on like, let's go for the big thing, you know, let's go for like the bigger brand and this and that and whatever. But I had to like evaluate, like, look, Santa Cruz at the time wasn't a big brand. They showed me love, and it has flourished into what it is now. Like, I view brands like S or like more skater-owned brands as the same way. It's like what's important aligns with things that I feel are important. And that seems like a place where I can like really hone in on my authenticity rather than trying to shape myself to something that maybe like is not truly me, and like maybe it's just not going to work. So it wasn't like I had some master plan like, cool, I'm going to go ride for that company now, I'm going to show, like it was nothing like that. I was just like, yo, those messes look kind of cool, like I never really got to skate them, I want to check those out, you know what I mean? There was really no plan. It was like the whole free agent thing is like super underrated. It's like, dude, let's
experiment.
Totally. Totally. Like
it's actually like a pretty freeing thing
for sure.
When the audio thing collapsed and all that stuff, like, you know, the paycheck's always nice, the colorway paycheck, all that stuff. But then when you actually get down to the nuts and bolts of it and being free to grab this shoe off the shelf or this shoe and try to skate it and look around,
takes you back.
Yeah, and seeing like, these shoes that like I've always wanted to try, but I'm under contract, I can't.
For sure,
you can't get caught wearing these things.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, and I'm not even trying to hype it up, Kelly, but them brown Excels got something in them.
Yeah, you're hyped on those ones, dude. That's what's
I'm
up,
telling
man.
you.
I seen that front side flip you did at that skate park. That was amazing, dude.
Power of the Excels.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Look at that.
The brown with the brown gum.
Dude, I'm
yeah.
telling you, ever since I started rocking those, the OGs are like, yo, that's it. Like, and like for the most part, everyone seems pretty hyped. They're like, dude, sick. Like, you were in this like little bit of mainstream kind of coverage for a second, and it feels like you're supporting something that's like to the core, and like people definitely respected that. And I mean, to me it feels right to go that direction, and
that's dope.
That's where I'm at, you know.
And that's an iconic shoe right there. The S, that's the
Excel.
Yeah, some big tricks.
Yeah,
in them.
Yeah, it's cool. We have the OG and like the slimmer ones that you were rocking, and it's cool.
I need some bigger pants to be wearing. I put them on. I was like, bro, my pants aren't baggy enough for the OGs. It just is not gonna work.
We're back too. Baggy is back.
Yeah, you got to go back to the 90s.
Dude, I'm telling you,
baggy.
I've been getting these pants. I'm not wearing them now, but I was getting these pants from Santa Cruz, Japan, and they call them Santa Cruz Japants, which is the funniest name. But dude, they're like these big boy pants that they make, and like I forget how it happened. I think like they were just like, yo, send this to some of your riders, and like they sent a couple of us a couple of pairs, and I was like, yo, these are sick, and they just got so hyped and just started like literally like every quarter just sending pants. Like I didn't even ask for them, and that's all I wear, and people trip and they're like, yo, where can we get these? And like you can't, like you just literally can't buy them in the United States, only in Japan. And like even with those big boys, it still didn't make it. Like the OGs were still too big. Wow,
that's
like I got to skate with Baggy Brad.
Oh,
like, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, your pants are really baggy. Like this is no lie. Like
he wears size. I mean, he's a little kid. I send him size 36 pants on the baggy fit. And I'm like, he's like, yo, send me. I only wear XL t-shirts. He's been working. At first, I was
back, bro. It's so
but he's been repping it hard for a long time.
Hey, bro, your name's Baggy Brad on Instagram. You better come correct.
For a reason.
Like, and I get super stoked on him because he's like genuinely being himself, and I've watched him progress, and he's getting so good, dude.
Yeah.
Before he was like the cool little homie that was a super psyched, and he still is
for sure.
But he loves S. The brands he skates, like he reps, he loves, and that's for me saying like for anything else, like anyone that wants to ride for S. I trip out the hardest, I think, on TJ Rogers. He wanted. He's like he was kind of in the same familiar or situation with you, but he was like, I think he was just buying Adidas, but he's like, no, I want to skate for the company, the brand that I love, and he put this crazy work in.
Wasn't he buying S for a while?
He was buying just like I think he was buying Adidas and maybe some S, but then I was like, oh no, I'll send you stuff. I never saw him getting on the team at all. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah,
but he loved it so much and put so much work into it, and I was like, wow. That
you can't deny it.
You can't deny it, dude. And I'm proud of him for doing that.
Sure.
So
I think it shows a lot. It shows a lot,
Yeah.
you know, in
Totally.
A world, like you said, like we're living in with like the bigger brands
Yeah.
that people are going for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
for people to come down and like TJ Rogers and be like, yo, this is a lot of noise over here. I'm going with this
For
over
sure.
here. This is
Yeah.
like true skateboarding.
Yeah, because he was in a similar situation too. Like,
Yeah.
with, like not only just like the shoe situation, but like even in the contest circuit. Like, dude,
Yeah.
we would like. He was one of the people I would definitely like bro down with at these contests because he would just be like, "Bro, what's happening?"
He's
dude?"
so
Like,
good. He was
yeah.
really good
yeah,
at the
he'd
contest
rip.
too.
He would
yeah.
kill him, but like he also was just like, dude, like what is happening? And like we like that was the one thing like I could always talk to someone from Canada because like they never tripped on that, but sometimes like other countries would kind of be like, yo, like all right, like let's limit the conversations and stuff. And like I definitely like like
so
it wasn't like
weird.
they said that, but you
Yeah, you
felt
got
like
the vibe.
there was always somebody kind of like monitoring, like you know,
it's-
making sure like you're not like
crazy.
talking game plans and shit. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I saw it, but yeah, like TJ was definitely one of those people that I like would confide in and like trusted during those times.
He's a real one too.
TJ's a real one.
He's a real
It's
one.
no that he's like not fake nice or like all like happy all like you know what I mean. He's not selling it. Like he is legit.
He's
that.
literally. I was watching a clip today. He like smiling as he
Yeah.
does a trick.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
smiling.
Totally, yeah. And his
Yeah.
story was like what, like, cause I hadn't talked to him or seen him in a while, and like when we saw each other the other day or the other week, like he was telling me about like his like journey with
Yeah.
you know what he was going through, and like I had shared like what I had gone through with my mom, and like
Oh man.
we had this crazy connection of just like we just like didn't even we stopped skating for like an hour and a half to talk about this, and like
Wow.
dude, to see like how genuinely like sorry he was that I had gone through it, and like I shared my sorrow with him. Like I was like,
Yeah.
bro, so many people would not stop the session to like really, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be like a bummer, and I'm not trying to like take anyone's mood down, but like, you know, we started talking about some real shit, and he was really like,
He was there for it.
dude, and I was there for his, and I was like, yo, you're a good person, man. Like there's people like you need to be highlighted more. Like that's a
I
special
agree.
thing.
Yeah.
For sure. I
Yeah.
agree. He's an amazing human being for
Totally.
sure.
Just
He does a
solid dude.
lot for his hometown Whippy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Remember Whippy?
Yeah.
Throws contests there.
That's,
brings
He just
Red
threw one
Bull,
at the
like-
North Hollywood Park.
Yeah.
It was
See?
like cracking. I was like, dude, like this. TJ is like loves
Yeah.
doing stuff for his community.
For sure.
It's interesting. It takes a lot for somebody to like, you know, they're going through their whole skate career. They're probably focusing on a lot of stuff. I mean, like TJ's video parts. I mean, he's dedicated to his
Yeah.
craft.
Yeah.
But then it's also like stop what he's doing, take the time to throw an event for his hometown.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, you know, get kids out there
Yeah.
skating, and like I that's very admirable, you
Totally.
know, for somebody to do that. I love stuff like
Yeah.
that. You
Yeah,
know, it just shows his character.
For sure. No, skating's tricky because like you could totally get self-absorbed and not even mean to. You know, you could be so just like about your journey, your process, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
like it took like my girl went to one. I think it was like that. Not Rio. It was a Sao Paulo contest. That was like that weird like awning kind of place where remember that one where
What,
like
Street League?
Yeah, the street league where
It
you
was
get
a huge place, but it was like
it was like a parking structure almost.
yeah.
But like she had like you know how they were having like the like maybe you weren't there because you weren't able to like be around the skaters and stuff. But they were like everyone would eat dinner together, and she like I was at a different hotel, but I went to like just eat with people.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that.
And she
Yeah.
was like, dude, skaters are so like self-absorbed. Like she was tripping. Like she was
wow.
like, you guys are competing with each other at dinner and you're not even skating. Like, what is going on? And I was like, damn, like you're kind of right. Like dudes
Yeah.
are really like, oh yeah, the course is pretty hard to skate, huh? Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like getting in your head, like, oh, that rail sucks. And then the next day they like kill the rail and you're like, oh, the rail sucks, huh? You know what I mean? Like,
Little
reverse
tactics,
reverse
huh?
psychology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tactics.
Yeah, and see, she gets it because her mom is like a marriage like a therapist, which I've never like. I mean, bro, like you know, like my dad was like coming from like a black household, like we did not go to therapy. You know what I mean? Like my pops was like, bro, you want? He's like, yeah, we got problems. They're called bills. You know what I mean? Like, and you see these bills, we gonna sort it. You know what I mean? Not knocking therapy whatsoever.
No, not at
Sure.
all. I definitely agree.
You know
and
what I mean?
and know where you're coming from.
Yeah, it was like very taboo. Like we're, you know, growing up in like a black household, it's like chest up, chin out, or chin up, chest out, you know? Like you just handle shit. But yeah, like once I kind of met her and like really started like talking to her mom and stuff, because like me and her mom are like super tight. Like, dude, she put me on like crazy shit, like observing like skaters and like what I go through and
Interesting.
stuff, and really making me think. And I'm like that was like a big part of how I like, you know, like I went and thought about everything during the Olympics. Like, like she's like, your mom's not here, but I'm mama now. Like I gotta like step in for her. I gotta like really like guide you and shit like that. And like, dude, she really got me to think on like a deeper level, like about just shit that I would just like
overlook.
Yeah, so you can navigate through it a little bit better.
For sure, it's tricky. I mean, shit, being an adult's tricky, but like playing with a wooden toy, to pay rent is even trickier. It's hard.
I think you said it best right there.
No doubt.
Trying to play with a wooden toy, trying to pay some rent.
Yeah, it's tough.
Hey, but we love it, man, and that's the beauty of it all.
It is.
You know, but besides all the the tactics and stuff like that, like each and every one of us just love it so much.
For sure.
You know, take all the contests away, take everything away. It's like that's why I love Barcelona so much.
Yeah,
because I think Barcelona like embodies like skateboarders. It's like a culture over there, right? It's like you can go over there, you see Brazilians, you see Swedish, you see every culture.
Everybody. People you don't even think are gonna be there. People you know. You're like, wow, I know these people here.
All walks of life.
And we're all there in that city just to enjoy the thing that we love the most. For sure. I think that's why Barcelona to me is so special.
Yeah.
Because it's just everybody goes there.
Yeah.
For one reason. Just to skate.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's nuts. It's like cheap. Like
cheapish, yeah.
You know, like you can really get around. It's like
I was there for like 6 months. I think I paid like 200 euros in rent.
It's crazy. It's insane.
A month.
That's crazy. This was 50 years ago, Dubs. I'm telling you, I was
trying to find anything out here for $200 a month.
Woo, yeah, I mean, good.
Yeah, no way. Even.
But I don't know. I just trip out on little things like that. You know, when you really sit down and like look at the nuts and bolts of it all. You know, I'm just like, wow, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we travel all the way around the world for this one spot. And we meet so many rad people. Yeah. We go to dinner with them. Yeah. We go to the bars with them, the clubs. What's the club out there called?
Jamboree.
Good old Jamboree.
Jamboree, you know? Like, it's just rad. Manolo. Yeah. Buying some street beers, you know?
Oh, man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's good.
Great.
All because of a wooden toy.
I know. It's a crazy thing. Like, we really just watch other people's feet.
I know.
Think about how fun, like it's like fun.
We love it.
We love it. We can't get enough of just watching how people do. Like we're just like, man, that dude, the pants. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're just like, dude, what are we saying? But like we can't help it because it's just like the culture of skating. It's sick. There's nothing like it. It's dope. Like we obviously wouldn't be here because of it, and it's sick, man. Like
man,
it's made a big impact on our lives. Let's say that.
It's who we are.
Straight up.
You know, nobody understands. And I think it's funny because like a lot of, like we were talking about before, like you hopped 2 fences to get out of there with the help of your buddies.
With the homies,
But you know, a normal person would have to be airlifted out of there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Straight up.
Like a skateboarder's like, nah, I got this.
It would have been on like the news. We were like, yo, how do we get out of here low profile? How do we, like, we got in low profile, let's get out low profile. Like, we don't
like shit that happens to us, like doctors like, you shouldn't even be walking right now.
Yeah, let alone climbing the fence.
Yeah,
and then we're like, all right, like, we need to go to a different doctor. You're trying to limit me here. Like, come on, I need a doctor who understands.
I need a second, third opinion on this.
Yeah,
we're good.
Exactly.
We're good. Dude, anything else that's coming up in the future that we should know about?
Yeah.
What do we got?
We got Saints and Sinners tour. It's part 3. It's crazy.
Part 3.
Part 3, yeah. Atlanta to Philly, and then to Rip Rider Alley, which is going to be this big event at the... I don't know if people in Philly call it the Rizzo rink, but it's like, I think it's called like Front Street Park. I don't want to disrespect.
Oh, is that
Philly.
under the
the
OG spot?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like everyone used to skate flat ground there, like Kevin Taylor and all them. Like when it would rain, they would just go skate there.
Yeah, they used to have like the benches they had there.
You had an S game of skate there, I think, too, right?
Yeah,
way back.
Yeah.
I stayed far away from that. I was like, bro, I'll be out in the first round. I'm not even trying to do that.
No, that was fun though. Yeah. That's awesome.
But I think my homie, I can't remember if he won it. He like my homie Marky like placed pretty high from back home. Like I remember I was like, dude, you're sick. Like, damn, you won a game. Like that's gnarly. Like to me, that's crazy. Like
it's
games of skates. Like it's hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like kids will be like, yo, you want to play a game of skate at the skate park? I'm like, bro, you're probably gonna win. Like
that's why I say nope.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
You go play the homie over there.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. Like bro, I
haven't had anyone ask me that in a really long time. Like, hey, let me put like a random.
That's because they see your flat ground on Instagram and you're jumping rope. They're like, bro, we're not beating some dude who jumps rope in the morning at the beach. Like, You know
but it used to
like,
be a thing. It used to be a thing. Like they want to come up to the they just
they don't want to especially on tours and demos and like that's the place. Where you get hounded for the game.
I think if you're at your local skatepark, they ain't really gonna.
Yeah, no one's gonna do that here. I guess
on tour or whatever. Yeah, for sure, all day.
Yeah. You might get it here and there, but the tours, that was. Yeah. You want to play a game of skating? Can I have your hat?
Oh yeah. Okay, if you're bored, you're like,
you're like, I need that.
Yeah. How am I supposed to skate?
Yeah, I need that board.
That must have been like my generation or something. Shit, we were pretty disrespectful. Kids now, like, I mean, they're like, damn, sick, you're here. Like, you're different from Instagram. Cool, you know what I mean? But they're not like, let me get your hat.
Except no, I mean, like that wasn't. You know, it's those.
In Brazil, it's like that.
Oh, really?
Like, you give them one thing, they're like, bro, chill, because like they're gonna want your entire outfit. Like, bro, they like
and the shirt and the socks.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, I get it. Like, dude, like pros probably don't go to a lot of those places.
Definitely.
It's like,
and relatable. I get why that's happening. Believe me, I'm not trying to just say, you know, I do get it. I do, but it definitely becomes a, you know,
because it's like to a kid, that's a piece of something that's like, here is evidence that somebody had gone through this path that I want to go on. Totally. And like, this is from somebody who's currently doing the thing I aspire to do. If they've done it, I have this some sort of connection, even if it's like this physical connection. You know what I mean? Like, I've definitely like had boards from like a pro or some shit when I was a kid where I was like, this is some type of.
It means something.
Totally.
It's a goal. It's just something to shoot for. You're like, this dude's doing this. This is amazing. It's inspiration. You know. So for them, they're just like it's like any kid in some small town. They're just like. Damn.
I can't say that I have never given anything. Like, people have asked me for stuff, and in that moment, I've definitely given somebody something
for sure
when they've asked for me. But at the same time, I'm like, if it's like my favorite hat and like you're asking me for my favorite, it's like, bro, I would give it to you, but like, this is my favorite.
Well, you know what I would after a while, Dubs, I would bring at least like 5 or 6 hats with me.
Really?
Yeah, and I would like, you know, I'd go down to Girl, gonna go on tour. I'd grab like 5 or 6 hats,
some extra stuff,
pack that in there, knowing that like, cool, if a kid asked me for my hat, here you go, here's my hat. I got another cat.
A little pre-planning.
Yeah, because like I want to. Stoke the kids out and give them something, but you know, when you're unprepared for that, you just can't. You know, you're like, dude, you're at the last demo. You're like, dude, this is my last board.
Right.
You know, like I need to. We're gonna go skating after this. Like I need this.
Right.
You know? So,
did you guys have like special items like when you were traveling for skating, like special things where you're like, I have to bring this with? Like, is there like almost like the madness of like how like your setup is? Like, did you have like things that were like that?
No, I never had anything. Dubs had something.
I was just about to say, related to skating or outside of skating?
Is anything?
Yeah, bring a bong everywhere.
That's fair enough.
Everywhere.
That is wild.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
like, I'm
always
always
clean that thing out like no other too.
Yeah, bring it.
You still have it? Same one?
No, they get left behind. If I go on a trip, I'll leave that shit behind.
Oh yeah,
you would bring it flying.
But they're like
and stuff
fucking
too?
like $25 little.
No, but you're. I mean, maybe some people are picturing like a 6-foot bong.
No,
but
it was just
come on. This is like a small, little, discreet little thing.
But you would bring this on trips and like not like flying trips.
Yeah,
and they didn't care.
It's brand new.
You clean it. He cleaned it.
It's brand new. It's
crazy.
What can you say?
It's a water pipe.
No, but if it's brand new, like real talk, like
you never got pressed over it. Like they were never
like going through the
this is the
thing,
only
whatever?
time I got pressed, and it was going to Kansas City for a day to do a demo with Malto, whatever, randomly. I was coming back, and I had it in my backpack, and they fucking looked at it, went through the whole little screening process.
You carried it on.
I carried. Dude, this is the first time I ever carried it actually on.
You were asking for trouble.
and I just used it. So whatever. Long story short, that came through, and the lady was like, "Man, this is a nice piece. I have something similar to this." She put that shit back in my backpack on my way.
Nice.
So
that was it.
That never had, but that was the only time that I've ever done it carry on.
And this was dirty.
I always put my shit under and it goes through and like nothing happens.
Did you try to use it on the plane?
Come on, Kelly.
This was, and it was used. You didn't clean it out.
It was used.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was stressing in the moments of doing it, but then when it was happening, I was like, oh my god, they're about to take it out and check it out and the whole deal. But then I got up to it and she was just
crazy.
Like, damn, this is a nice piece. Put it back in there, and I was like, yes, let's go.
Wow.
You know
That's
what I mean?
wild. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking like, oh, I bring like this amount of boards or something, or like I bring this special item. I didn't know that.
But that's what I said. Is it skateboard related? I mean, I have my things that I bring skateboard related. Sure. Obviously, I bring like if I'm going on a trip for fucking a week and a half, I'm bringing 4 or 5 boards. You know what I mean? Like there's things that but this is the obscure outside of the box thinking.
Yeah. No, that's a fair answer.
This is what helped me get along and make sure that I was going to be content on this trip.
How's your emotional support?
Straight up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any. I was just same thing as Dubs, so minus the bong. It was just boards and wheels and shit like that.
I think I packed too much, to be honest.
I always pack too much. Yeah. I'd rather pack too much than too little.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how dudes will do a trip with a backpack. I'm like, bro,
oh my God,
you just be flipping the drawers inside out. I don't know, bro.
I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, me neither. Come on, man.
Some clean drawers.
I'll be bringing like 2-3 different colognes on. Like, I'm trying to smell.
Yeah, I ain't trying to smell all crazy, bro.
No,
I try to do a backpack and a carry-on, and I'm good. You know what I mean?
Nowadays.
Yeah, now.
Right,
Okay.
nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
Okay.
Before, I would get the huge bag, 6 boards.
that's what I'm on.
Oh, days, for days.
Like insane. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
oh, man, that was too much.
Look, if I'm going for a month, or let's just say even 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks is a good amount of time, man. I'm
Yeah.
bringing how many shirts am I bringing on 2 weeks? I'm bringing at least 14 shirts.
At least
2 a day.
Yeah, if you're going up for a
Thanks.
month, you need the asshole bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, you said a 2-week trip, 14 shirts. You're bringing double that.
Yeah, you got to bring 28.
No, I said a week.
Oh, a week.
2
I thought you
weeks?
said 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks, then I'm bringing
28.
I need to see this bag.
You know what?
Packing, bro.
I'll probably bring 20 just to kind of minimize. You know what I mean?
You could always go to get a little couple of white tees.
This is true.
that
This
what?
is true.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you should see Dubs has an impeccable packing style.
Yeah?
Oh, he's a professional packer.
Oh, I mean, I got the little packs that I put my tees in the little what are they, the little packs that you could just put clothes in just that one little pack. I forget the name.
What is it? What are you talking about?
You need to go in the
Yeah,
green
I
room
don't know.
sometime and describe how to do it.
Yeah, and this needs to be a whole
vacuum packs?
tutorial.
Yeah.
I'll watch because, like, dude, I suck at packing.
No, but
I
he
just
rolls
fit
his
too much.
shirts and everything.
I do that sometimes.
Oh,
I don't
you
do
don't
that.
do it all
It
the time?
depends on
Yeah,
the occasion.
Do you
how
vacuum seal
big.
them?
No, I don't do that. That's levels right there. I think
Yeah.
if you're vacuum sealing your shit, you're doing it straight up.
Are you getting the socks and rolling them together?
I
Like,
do that. Yeah. Yep.
How do you? Let me ask you a question. How do you fold your socks at home?
What do you mean? I fold them in.
So you put them together and then you
Yes.
fold them inside out and
Yes.
put them in the drawer.
Yep.
How do you do the same?
Yeah.
Do you do the
To make
same?
sure
I
that
do
they're
the same.
together.
Okay.
Right.
What do you just put your just.
No,
throw 'em in
I've there's different styles to socks.
Chris has a left drawer and a right drawer.
Yeah, I put all of them in left and right. Even if the stance sock says left and right, I don't follow those instructions.
Nah, you just.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
do that
very
really.
helpful, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is there really a difference on like the way that they're like shaped for any reason?
I think if you wear them, like I've noticed that, like if you wear a sock for long enough, it shapes to like whatever
Your
foot
foot.
you
Yeah.
wear. Yeah, and then if you put it on backward, you're like.
But you know,
It's a little
certain-
tight. It's a little
Sure.
tight.
on certain stance socks, there might be like certain like little patterns that are on it. They're like maybe different arrays a little differently. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So I'm like, I wonder if that's. I
I don't know.
I don't pay attention. I just put them on.
Yeah.
I would always wear them like the other way. Like I never like I was like graphic inside. It doesn't make any sense. Like
I know. I do it on the outside.
yeah, I was like, why would I do it on the inside?
For
And then
the
people.
stance socks specifically.
Yeah. I was like, you wouldn't wear any other socks like that. But I guess it's. I mean,
That's the way they did it.
that's what the manual says. You just gotta wear
The
them
manual.
inside. Yeah. The instructions that come with the socks.
It's crazy. So this Saints and Sinners,
Yes.
when is that going down?
That will be, I believe, Sunday. So it's the 28th. So the 29th to the 10th.
Demos?
September. Yeah, we have a couple. We have one in Atlanta. Shit, I should have memorized this before I came on
you're
the show.
good,
But I think
you're
it's
good.
like, I think it's Atlanta, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Virginia Beach, Baltimore. And then I don't think we have a demo in Philly, but Rip Ride Rally, that whole event, it's like going to be at Front Street Park, like the first days at Front Street Park. And then just kind of like, I think they're going to install some new like obstacle there, like Indy or Monster or both or whatever. And then the next day is going to be at FDR. And then that's like every year they have this like contest called Sober versus Drunk. And it's, I don't know if it's like the contest is happening or it's just the dudes who've like skated it, won it.
Sounds like a normal day there.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Like, I don't know if it's like the guys and girls who've skated it, like they're just going to skate and whatever. And then they're going to have like another kind of like cash for tricks situation there. But that's the one where I'm like, might take a seat and watch that. I mean, I'm going to take a seat and watch that because I'm not about to skate the vert wall.
Oh, but that would be sick to
that's
watch.
awesome.
Dude,
Definitely.
it's gnarly. I mean, they like, that's like the type of place where they take like the mortars that like you would put in the tube for like 4th of July and like just throw them in the middle of the park while people are skating. Like, dude, it's like, I don't know if you guys have been to FDR, but it's
It's
like,
like Utopia.
yeah, it's literally like under like I-95, like under the
Right.
freeway, and like that mini ramp that used to be there, someone like lit on fire, and then like that like started burning the structure, and Philly was like, bro, we're about to tear this shit down. Like, stop, like, fuck you guys doing, man.
Hot chocolate tour. We went and shot fireworks.
Yeah.
Out at the FDR.
Yeah.
Did you guys burn down the mini ramp?
No.
No, you would have never been allowed back.
No.
They would have been sick. They would have been like, bro, Chris Roberts is not good in Philly.
Could
no
you
more.
imagine? He didn't even skate the park. He just
Yeah.
came in and lit,
Sit down.
That's what I'm
lit
saying.
fireworks. No, but that was my experience with FDR.
Yeah,
Going there.
if
We
you're
were at
cool with
night
them-
and like
Yeah. If you're cool with them, like it's good. Like
we were with Jimmy Urecki.
oh, okay, so
We
you're
had a
Got
pass.
Jimmy, yeah, you
yeah,
good.
you're straight. You're good in Philly. Like,
Straight up.
yeah, I definitely got to hop on like a session one time with Bam and Carrie at night. Like, and it was like maybe a few years ago. So they were like, a bit older and stuff. But I was like, bro, this is
Oh, they
weird.
killed that
Legend.
park back in the
Dude,
day,
like
yeah.
it was weird. Like I was like, this is crazy. Like these dudes like used to. I mean, they still like they were fucking it up.
You used to skate Bam's Park.
I did.
At his house.
I did. I actually met E-Man like in that. That's like I totally forgot about this story, but like one time, like there was this period of time where Bam was just so stoked on skating. Like not that he's not right now, but like he was like really
still is.
stoked. Yeah, and he was like, I'm just gonna fly people out to come skate with me, and he flew E-Man out, and I thought they had known each other, but like later on when I got on Santa Cruz and I asked him about that, he was like, dude, I never met Bam. He literally just like hit me up, sent me a ticket, and I like went and skated, like stayed with him, skated with him, all this
my
shit.
That's so rad.
Yeah, and they skated FDR at night. It was like me, Novak, Bam, and then I think E-Man, and like E-Man tried something and pulled his groin, or tore his groin. Like it was like some gnarly injury. Like he was out for a minute. But yeah, like I met him there, and then like years later I was like, yo, you what the fuck? And then like we started talking, and I was like, dude, this is crazy hearing it from your side.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I was skating Bam's Park for a little bit. Like I had met him, like I had a friend who like kind of set up this whole thing where like Brian Herman came out and Neen and like all these dudes like just came out to Bam's Park. Like I don't know how he knew all these dudes, but he like set it up. And then I had met Bam when I was like, I don't know, like 18. And like I didn't drink or smoke or really party. Like I was pretty about my shit. Like I was like, dude, I'm just skating. Like I'm trying to like, make something out of this. And I remember going there and everyone was just like partying. And like I was like, dude, I'm good. I'm like 18. I'm not even trying to drink. Like I was like pretty like just straight up. And Donnie Barley was there. Like, dude, it was like random. Like the people that were there were like so random. But I remember like they wanted to go to the bar and I like, he gave me the keys to like Phil's Escalade. He's like, you drive us to the bar. And I was like, bro, I don't even like know you, bro. Like I drive this little Audi that's like the only thing I've ever driven. Like I'm driving an Escalade with like way too many people in here, and like drove him to the bar and all this shit. And then like, dude, it was just nuts. Like over the years, like it just was like crazy. He was always been like super supportive. And like as a kid growing up in Pennsylvania, to hear his like, validation and stuff.
Sure.
Like, that shit was like, that was moving for me. It
Yeah.
was massive. So yeah.
Damn.
Shout out Bam wherever you are. Like
Hell
I
yeah.
hope you're doing all right, bro. Like it's been a minute since I've talked to him, but
Yeah.
I hope he's doing all right.
Me
He's
too.
getting it together.
Mario, were you there when we did the Where the Fuck is Santa party? When we got back from Finland?
No. What year was that?
Shit, maybe like 2008.
Nah.
Seven?
I think I met him around like maybe 2014, 15.
Okay, so it was a little bit later after we built the barn.
Yeah. Like, yeah, he still had the park and stuff like that. But yeah, that was like, I remember seeing that because a lot of the homies like from like Philly or Reading would skate there. Like Kyle Nicholson, I don't know if you guys know
Yep.
who that is.
Oh, yeah.
Rules.
So he like is from my hometown, and Sergey Chernowski
Oh yeah.
is also he was the first pro out of Reading and stuff. So like
Sick.
I would see like those dudes skate sometimes. Not Sergey, but I would see Kyle. Like I grew up watching him skate, and then like this other dude Dan Hetrick, who was from my hometown, who like eventually moved to Philly and all that stuff. But like those dudes would skate that park, and I'd be like, dude, that's like big time. Even though it was like 30 minutes from my hometown, I was like, dude, you're skating Bam's Park. Like, how do I do that?
Yeah.
Just a little kid being like stoked and stuff.
That park was kind of gnarly.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
some big
Gnarly.
shit in there.
Yeah, because I think he's had like 4 different setups
I
now.
think so,
Like
yeah.
the first one was like the one where I think what Roger was talking about.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I
for
think
the first setup.
yeah, and it had like that. It was like a pyramid, like a massive pyramid with a ledge, and then they would always like paint like snow on it and shit. Like always like weird shit over there.
Yeah, the dude Seth Meisterman, who used to be the art director for Viva La Bam and
Yeah.
Bands and Holy Union, was a genius.
Yeah, dude, like the art in there would be like so crazy and stuff. And then he switched it to I think the one that like when I met him, and it was like he had this weird like plexiglass like quarter pipe that you can go inside of and like film tricks from like in it, like in the quarter pipe.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then destroyed that, and then made like some other little street park, and then now it's like, dude, like it's like FDR, like mini FDR.
crazy.
It's like the craziest. I'm like, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
That's
Bull's
rad.
crazy.
I never knew that Bam flew people out. He didn't even know to come
Yeah.
stay with him and
pretty
do all.
amazing.
That's pretty rad.
No, he was
That's
stoked. Like,
pretty rad.
dude, he was stoked. He was really like, you know, he really like gave me like a lot of words of encouragement and
Sick.
stuff. And he was like, dude, you remind me so much of like me when I was 18, before all this bullshit, before like the drinking and like the show and all this stuff. Like when I just loved skating, and like I was
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
dude, that's like to just meet you and hear you say like something that like that's pretty heavy. Like that's
Damn.
you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, wherever he's at, I hope he's all right. I hope he's doing all
Yeah,
right.
man.
Same, bro.
Like
Love Bam.
who doesn't?
He's the man.
Who
dude.
doesn't? Like if you say you don't like you're lying.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on. Like
Yeah. Phenomenal skater too. I mean, you go back and look at his video
Dude,
parts and shit.
yeah.
Like insane.
for sure.
It's
I
a
mean,
big staple in
shit.
skateboarding. He had a moment where
Totally.
he's
His-
bigger than life.
His part in Jump Off a Building,
Mm-hmm.
super sick. And his Transworld part. There was one that him, Maldonado, and Carrie shared together.
Yeah.
That was super sick too.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of stuff that he did.
There was a point in time where he was selling more boards than like actual skate companies.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like he was selling more boards than Girl and Chocolate combined at one
wild.
one point in time.
They were saying, what, like 20,000 boards a month?
yeah.
That's insane.
Dude.
That's insane. Have you guys ever
That's
been to
a
his
good
like
royalty
to like
check.
the actual house, the
Yeah.
barn?
Yeah.
Have you
Never
seen, dude? Like when you walk in, it's really crazy because you're like, dude, I'm in the show. Like it
For
really
sure.
feels like
you
you're
go
in,
that driveway.
Yeah.
With the whole, it's all concreted
the
up.
moment you go in, it's weird. Like
Yeah.
you're just like, I'm not in this. Like I'm not in Pennsylvania anymore.
You're like
It's
in.
like a museum.
yeah, exactly. It's straight up. It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. These guys like purple Lambo in the garage. And you're just
Dude.
like, okay,
That-
let me sit in here and take, go.
Yeah.
Like when we went there on a chocolate tour.
Uh-huh.
And he kicked it, skated. We were all chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling in the house. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go to my girl's house and see you guys later. Have a good stay. And just left us
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. He would just.
He's just
dip.
like, yeah, whatever room you want, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
It
would
was
just
like, I was like,
Was that pretty sweet?
no, it was hot chocolate tour.
Chocolate.
I think it was.
That's
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, it's definitely like a staple in Pennsylvania. Like if you're
Yeah.
around, like go to it. It's crazy. And you go in his house and it's like like you remember every single skateboard. Like you're like, I remember that one, that one, that one. And it's his entire, like it's a
It's
pretty,
wrapped around the whole building.
yeah, it's a
That's
big
awesome.
house, but it's like, it lines his entire house.
His
Like
timeline.
it just shows you how much has, like he's not like how much he's done in skating, but how much of a presence he's been in skating, you know? Like it's just nuts.
Totally.
So
Man, shout out Bam.
Shout out, bro.
that's what I'm
Hell
saying.
yeah.
We need that session soon, wherever you're at.
Let's go.
Let's get there.
Yeah. Well, Mario, dude. Excuse me, Mario.
Yeah, cool.
Mario.
We just spent
Put
all
respect on
this
his name.
time,
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
Right.
and you want to end it like that?
the disrespect.
Gonna send me home? No,
That
it's fine.
thick. Come on.
In the words of my pops, damn.
Yeah.
Can I make it up to you by giving you some 9 Club stuff to
Oh,
take home with you?
Yeah, that would do just fine.
Kelly, will you please grab Mario
Of course.
some 9 Club shit to take
Size
home?
large.
How's it run?
Do you like normal?
Pretty true
Yeah,
size.
pretty
I- I
true.
would-
All right,
it's pretty
let's
true.
do large.
Okay,
I'm down
cool.
with that. Thank you.
Yep.
Dude, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
I've always been a
man.
big fan, and I mean, even before that, I met you at the Street League
Appreciate
at
that.
P-Rod's Park, and I'm a big fan of your dad now, of course.
He'll be hyped to hear that.
Man, I love it. It's so fun to be able to like talk to, a dad
Yeah.
who that loves skating just as much as his kid.
Straight
You don't
up.
really get to do too much of that in skating.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
It's the parents kind of are over here
For
while
sure.
the kids doing their thing
Some
over
of them
here.
are over here in the front,
Sure.
hanging, but it's very rare.
Yeah, it's rare when you're getting established,
Yes.
when you're already
Mhm.
established.
Yes,
like
even more so.
your parents aren't coming around to the skate parks and doing
Right.
the thing,
Nah,
So it's
he
pretty
was there
rad.
more.
I think it's refreshing
Yeah.
and cool to see that.
For sure,
And
yeah.
Love
to
it.
see that the parents are supporting like that much is
Yeah.
fucking super
And
dope.
and I totally like, dude, like my hometown is so small, and like for me to like make it, like it feels like for them too, it's like a win. And like a lot of my homies are like super supportive of what I do. Like I've had like kids that I used to skate with back in the day, and even like I was like really good friends with like one of my friends' dads. Like it's just like a weird, like how it's just so small, but like, dude, like so many of my friends from back home are super supportive. Like I said, anytime you guys had mentioned me on the show, I would hear from Reading before I'd even see it. Like people would be like, dude, like they're shouting you out.
thank you,
Like
Kelly.
especially like, dude, LD would like shout me out heavy, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I fuck with that. Like when he would pick up, like yo, this kid doesn't post any like bullshit. He just like skates. Like I was like, someone gets what I'm trying to do. Like,
dude, we just love it, man. And I just such a
it.
big fan, and I love to see the the trajectory that you're going, man.
Appreciate
Sky's
that.
the limit for you, dude.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're already there, but you're going
Yeah, kickflip,
even further.
kickflip, nose blunt, nollie flip.
Hey.
And the humble aspect of how you approach
see.
skateboarding, bro. You're very humble, and you're not like a force to be reckoned. You're just like, look, I'm presenting myself, and I'm doing me.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it shows. You know what I mean?
That's, I mean, shout out to my pops. That's how
There
he
you
that's
go.
how he raised me. He
There
was
you
just
go.
like, look, man, like he had the same hard conversation you probably had to have with your parents. Like, you're on this planet. You look the way you look, not by choice, but like what we got to do, we have to be twice as good.
Totally.
Unfortunately, if you're not on point, then you might not have the same chance that other people have.
Yep.
And like that's what's carried on through this. It's like if I can go through my skating career really being like not like serious, but like being presentable and giving someone inspiration of something to like shoot for and like be like you could be all different types of skaters. Even if someone's not like I want to be like him, they're like I could be who I am.
Right.
I could be what I want to be. I can skate the way I want to skate and have a career or whatever, however I want to do it. Like if even one kid feels that from me, like that's job well done.
Definitely.
That's it.
I agree.
It's a win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mario.
Almost fucked up
I
again.
know. I'm sorry. It's so hard. I mean, that the name Mario is ingrained in our brains.
I feel you.
Yeah, the Mario Brothers, man. It was just
The amount of times I heard that shit, man. They're like, yo, where's Luigi? I'm like, bro, stop playing with me.
Yeah, you know I heard that shit.
Kelly, how dare you?
oh no! But that's our first time I ever heard that name was because of that.
No, of course.
Yeah,
First
so-
time anyone's
The
really,
adolescence, yeah.
Yep.
It's fine.
Definitely.
Mario.
Damn.
Now, well, 9 Club shirt
love
for
it.
you right
I
there.
love it.
We got you a crew neck guy? Here's a crew
I'm
neck.
a crew
Gray?
neck guy.
Is gray okay?
That's Gray's perfect.
Gray
Is gray
is a
okay?
gray
Is okay.
crew neck
Dude,
for
this
you.
is nice.
Gray is
And we got the 9 Club. These are my favorite hoodies, man. These are
Yeah, they're
soft.
nice.
They're not too thick. They're not
Nice.
thin. They're just right, man.
Midway.
That's sick.
The 9 Club embroidered hoodie. for you.
Appreciate
There
y'all.
you go.
Thank you
Oh,
so much.
and for the next podium appearance, we got the
Oh
stickers.
yeah.
Make
Oh
sure
yeah.
that
What's
that's-
good? I remember hearing some episode this incentive situation you got with
We'll
the.
give you $20 if we get on
$20.
the air. Yeah.
Bullshit.
What do you mean bullshit?
Bullshit.
I will personally give you. I'll drive out to where you
Yeah.
live, and I'll
Oh, he
give you,
hand delivers.
I'll hand it-
$20.
if Mario over here
All right.
gets on the podium, has a little 9 Club sticker,
All right.
or the shirt, whatever.
Damn. Shirt's a little more than $20.
What?
Bro, shirt. That's
gotta
prime real.
Lift it up a little bit.
25.
That's all we can afford at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Come on, Mario.
Listen, man, if you're gonna open your pockets, I'm gonna try to run them. That's how we do it. You know?
Throw us a bone, Mario.
Thank you,
Here we
brother.
go. And there's a 9 Club switch flip Manny.
This is you.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
man.
Every morning with the coffee.
Yes.
Enjoy.
I'll aspire to do this trick one day. Probably never, but I'm
You
gonna look
got
at this.
that, bro.
Black. You meant the black coffee too, right?
Oh yeah.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Mario, thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
by. It was
Appreciate
our
y'all.
pleasure to have
My
you.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
honor,
dude.
honor,
Yeah.
man. Really honor.